The coolest.
We're here.
Hey everybody, happy time of day and welcome to Threeflings, the only show on Twitch where we fling threes. Threeflings began as a collection of one-shot adventures from the UNCAGED Anthology, and now we are playing one-shots from UNCAGED Goddesses. If this is your first episode or your 90th, welcome on in. We have very little continuity, except for today, because today, part 2 of Dancing with the Fury by Dylan Ramsey. It does have some content warnings. It has already featured airship crashes, so those will not be a factor. It will, however, involve death, some allusions to genocide, and it will also feature manipulation, as well as allusions to suicide. So if those are going to be things that you don't want to deal with, feel free to duck out. We have a lot of videos that you can watch either on our YouTube or here as VODs. So yeah, we just look forward to seeing you another time. And without further ado, let's meet our Tiefs, starting with Gwen, who already got complimented on your art. Tell us about your Tief.
Thanks. I play Adara, a resident fighty-bitey tiefling. She has no magic, but she won't let that stop her from starting trouble with her warg puppy Crouton. Also, thanks. I'm glad you like the art.
Good.
Ink, tell us about your Tief.
Hi, I'm Ink. I play Ophelia, your magical girl pact of the tome, frog queen magical girl Ophelia, who also has now 1 level in sorcerer, because that's what she's got going on for at level 19. You can find me in the chat as at These Dead Bens, and I have a little frog friend named Fred and a little imp friend named Prodoshki, and they just hang.
And last but not leastly, Draz, tell us about your Tief.
Hello, I play Vittori, our Gloomstalker ranger who likes to do the shooty shoot with her crossbow, who is also accompanied by her pet direwolf puppy, Toast.
I'm moving my mic so it's further away from my fan because I've heard that you're getting weird sounds from me. Hopefully this will be helpful.
Yes, ASMR. Welcome back to the channel.
I'm so
Just saying,
sorry, but I'm not sorry enough to turn off my fan because it is too freaking hot in here.
It is 90
That's
currently
valid.
where I am, so I cannot imagine how warm it is where you guys are. Free ASMR with my D&D?
Does it sound okay now?
It sounds better, yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Good. If it gets worse, let me know and I will still not turn off the fan, but I will start futzing around more with the microphone.
If it gets worse, let me know and I'll ban you from the stream.
You can DM yourselves.
Whoa. And then we won.
I mean,
You
yeah, I was
find-
gonna say, Gwen did that 2 weeks ago.
You find the power that you've always had within you to DM yourself.
Our friendship?
The power of the Fury. Hey, speaking of, who wants to give us previously of last week? Previously on Threeflings.
Threeflings.
We got accosted by an airship that showed up and was like, "Hey, you got a task. You have to get on the airship for your task." And we went, "Okay." And then we got on the airship. Ophelia and Adara got on the airship. We collected Vittori, and we all set off to do the task. I don't remember if they told us upfront what we were gonna do.
They're just like the Undying Court wants us,
yeah,
and they
we
just
had-
tell us what.
we
We
had-
still don't know what.
We had
Yeah.
a weird collective dream, and then Ophelia and Adara got a letter that were kind of like, hey, we kind of need you to come and do something, and Adara was like, ooh, I hate this. I hate this immediately. Yep.
And then our airship crashed because we entered an ennui zone where everyone was just too existentially dreadful to pilot the airship or keep it from falling out of the sky. So Ophelia and Vittori managed to snap out of it first. Toast saved the day being everyone else's therapy dog, and the crew kept the airship from crashing.
And Adara was there.
Adara was also there.
Adara ate a sandwich.
She did. The cook gave her a sandwich, and she was like, "That's a pretty good sandwich." And the cook was like, "Wow, my faith in myself is restored." And Adara was like, "All right." And that was her contribution.
We also had a very petty arm wrestling match.
Yeah. Which Adara will remember forever. Oh, and there was a fun dream where we got to write down names of we saw the Fury. Do we know that was the Fury? Am I making assumptions? I think we intuited.
We
We
know
know
that
that it was the Fury, but I'm not sure if we know that in character because it was the read aloud text. And
You do
our
know-
characters don't get
I was
the
gonna say,
read
I think
aloud
I
text.
asked what I know about the Fury, so I think at least Ophelia
Okay.
knows what it is, like, vaguely.
Also, you talked to the captain, who is a big
Oh,
Fury
that's true.
stan. So, she had her Fury merch on.
Is
So-
also a cryptid stan, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Man of Moth.
So that happened, and then we let's see, the airship didn't crash. We landed successfully, and then we asked the captain about, like, you know, the lady we had seen in the dream, and then the captain was like, "Let me show you my conspiracy board." And we went, "No, we'll figure it out." And then
Something about bowls? And I still don't know what that's about.
I still think that they look
Because
like, I still think about
a
rats.
natural one on
Yup.
what House the Vole is, so, you know, I just think it's the animal. And hopefully that won't impede us later.
But yeah, I think that's everything that happened. Is we figured out the direction we needed to go to deal with the source of the ennui, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also we
And
know it's
Toast rolled a
related.
nat 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
We know it's related to the Fury. Toast continued to be party MVP, and we don't know what the people who called us here originally for, where they are, how to contact them, or what they want.
Where you at?
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
So you landed on an island that looks melted.
Oh, that's great.
And
Dude, I
there was a
melted.
maelstrom of souls swirling
I
around the
remember-
spire off
yeah.
in the
Remember this now.
distance.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, the Spiritomb, yeah.
And
Yes.
just as you realized that, you heard the groaning of Sorrowsworn, who were
This.
milling around. There
Yes.
you go.
I love these.
Oh,
I
yes.
love these guys. Hi, Zan.
Ooh.
Do you deserve that point of floating inspiration?
What? We
Yes.
tried.
Yes. Okay.
It was a group
Yes.
effort.
Excuse me, I remembered our petty arm wrestling and Toast got to be the MVP for 2 episodes.
Okay, so you have a point of floating inspiration. As a reminder to chat, any of you can use channel points to give anybody you see on here a crit success or a crit failure, and do all sorts of other silly things. This folk. Also, Adara, you had the first level of exhaustion.
I do, but I also have a blessing from the Fury that I wrote down on my character sheet, which fell down for some reason.
You
It says, let
spend
Adari
five.
do as many attacks as she wants to.
Yeah, it says here that I get infinite action surges.
you may spend 5 hit dice to take an additional action per, like, as with the action surge. Yes. So, yes, that is where we are. You are on the island of Chez Desir. And anybody can give me a history check if you want.
Alright. That is a flat 10.
Okay.
Don't worry, the fighters got this.
Oh,
thanks for the
sub, Crackety.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thanks.
you. Also, hello, Goblin. Hello, welcome to the chat. Welcome. Welcome to the fun
Well, I
time.
wonder what our next adventure is.
Wink, wonk, wink, wonk.
Uh,
Oh, that's a great history check. That's a 5.
Ooh, I win with an 11.
Okay.
We are
So,
so knowledgeable.
you are not
So good, team.
very skilled at history, this group.
No.
But you
Shy
do,
is screaming in the distance.
Every time.
you
Every
do
time.
know that this island, which looks strangely depopulated, was once a war zone of dragons and elves who had a centuries-long feud. You're not sure why the war stopped, but you definitely see remnants of it. Hence, like, the magical explosions and melted buildings.
That's fun.
And the flowing ash and dust.
Waking up to ash and dust.
What's the current situation with the Sorrow Spawn? Are they still kind of like just coming over?
Yeah, are they...
I do
Greedos?
have a question after the history check. Do, like, the Sorrow Spawn have, like, elvish features or something? Or are they just, like... Is that impossible to tell? Or, like, irrelevant?
I'm gonna say that is impossible to tell.
Okay.
Uh,
Because, like, the last time we encountered Soros Spawn, they were, like, in a different plane of reality, so now I'm like, are these different? Is it, like,
got it.
touches
Sad.
ground? I know something happened here, but did, like, that something happen, result in the Soros Spawn?
I'm gonna say you start to hear a, like, and two of them start walking your way.
Hurry waves, just because the last time we encountered the Soros Spawn, there was, Shah's pain with us, so I think she has an instinct, like, maybe they won't hurt us, but,
Yeah, what kind of summer spawn are these? Because we've seen basically all of them at this point.
You have not seen these kind before.
Ooh, okay, interesting. Let me take a look at the picture, because I know what these ones are. I just want
Let's
to know.
roll initiative.
Oh, they're the hungry and the angry ones.
Sure are.
Yeah.
oh no, they're hangry!
Yeah, it's the one with the massive mouth and the one with the two heads, because they argue with each other, and the one just wants to eat. I love these ones. They're so... I love the Saurus spawn because they look genuinely terrifying, but I always think that they're really cool thematically.
They're hungry to see
I rolled
you.
a 10 for initiative.
Cool.
I got a 14.
Hey.
Gwen went to go because she had an allergy attack, so I'm gonna get a quick refill on my drink. How are y'all doing? We're doing good.
Hey, Jess!
Hey, what's up, folks?
Let's all agree that Vittoria just, gets out a crossbow and just, shoots all the Saurus Spawn dead, and, the combat is over?
I mean, yeah. Tori, tell me what you do.
I'm sorry. You ever just have your AC kick on and then you get overcome with just weeping? Oops.
I do feel the innate
Wendy, you might have
tragedy.
entered an
air
ennui
conditioning?
field.
No.
You might have been ennui.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I might not be prepared for this combat, but Adara is. That's a natural 20 for 24.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, very good. I'm very happy for you.
So, Adara, there are two folks wandering towards you. One arguing with itself, and the other that is just going, meat.
Huh. Okay. Hate that. I'm gonna... The last ones we met of these were hostile, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
They were trying to eat
They were,
Shar's
wanting
pain.
to... Yeah, Shah's pain.
Oh, those jerks.
And there's no Shah's pain here, or is
no.
there?
Alright, then yeah, I'm just gonna go for the closer, hardier looking one. Let's see. The one that looks sturdy, I think.
Okay, that would be the angry, probably.
Yeah, sure. The one with two faces and muscles. Yeah, and I'm just gonna start attacking.
Faces and muscles.
Sure.
Does a 29 hit.
Sure will.
Cool.
Fucking sorry. Imagine if Jess said no. What would
Right?
you do?
Alright, that's 20 points of damage.
Lovely.
Next attack is a 32 hit.
That one
And-
does not hit. No.
18 points of damage.
Okay.
Next attack is cocked. Next attack is still cocked. Jeez.
What is wrong?
I kept rolling it into the same corner where there are a bunch of other dice.
Oh no.
Does a 19 hit.
It does.
Okay, cool. I can't miss.
Well, she don't miss.
I can't miss on a 2, so... Alright, that's gonna be 17 points of damage.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to bite the Sorrow Sworn.
Please do.
What does it taste like? What does anger taste like?
Yeah, what does anger taste like?
Spicy.
That's a 28 to bite.
Okay, you will bite.
Cool, and that's gonna be 15 points of damage. Let me look at this picture again. I don't care for this at all.
Yeah, they're very not pleasant looking.
They look like they would taste, cold, is the first adjective that comes to mind, followed by blubbery
cold
for this
meat?
one. Yeah, so I think
Ooh.
cold fat.
Ugh.
Eat some bacon, but only the chewy parts.
Yeah, like just the bacon gristle, and
Ooh.
also you got it straight out of the fridge.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And if possible, I'd like to maneuver myself so that I'm by both of them, like kind of in between them, so that if either one wants to get to my friends, they have to leave my zone.
Got it.
I don't have
Love it.
Sentinel, but I can at least smack them.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you have damaged the Anger Sarasworn, and that makes it angry.
Whoa.
What
who
against? The angry boy is
See this
angry.
Oh my
So-
god.
Does a 27 hit you?
27. Yeah.
Okay. So, that is 18 piercing damage, and because you pissed it off, plus 24 psychic damage,
All right.
and then it's gonna hit you with a hook again. And this one as well is going to hit because it's the same number on the die. But only for 10 piercing damage.
All right. No psychic damage on that one?
Nope. Just
okay.
gets it on the first attack.
Just a little bit angry then.
Just a little bit angry. And then the Hungry is gonna try and go for you since, you know, you're right there. That's not gonna hit at all. It's gonna try and claw at you and super fail. And then it's gonna try and bite you. And does a 23 hit you?
That is my AC.
Okay,
Rude.
so yes. Sorry.
It beats.
It's okay.
These rude Sarasworn. So that is 5 piercing damage
Wow.
plus 16 necrotic damage because it has a dirty mouth.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, we love a man who knows how to brush his own teeth. Just kidding.
They honestly weren't supposed to go at the same time, but I have just now made that, and so now they have. To
It's okay.
So
They're
Ophelia,
bonded
you're up.
pair.
Does the hungry one look like a hippo? That's a great question. I put links in them for them up in the chat. They kind of look disgusting, so that's fun.
They look a lot smoother than I think they should.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just the fact that the mouth is so huge.
Are they part shark? Because they're
That's a
smooth.
great question.
Could be.
Ophelia, you're up.
It's my turn. Okay, and how are we positioned now? Because I know Adara said that they want to make sure, she wanted to make sure that they'd have to go, like, leave her area of effect. If we...
Yeah.
So is it, like, Adara, then the two of us, and then the two of them in front of Adara? Is that kind of, like, how
Yeah.
we're sitting?
Yeah, they're
currently?
kind of on either side of Adara. One
Just the two
shoved its
of
hooks
us.
into her. The other one failed with the claws, but did take a chomp out of Adara.
Oh, we love that. We love to hear that. Okay. Hungry. Okay. Where's the one spell I had? Okay. Oh, I like this option currently. Okay. See. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. I am going to essentially take out the Sword Cane of Betrayal, and I'm going to take that out, and alongside that, I am going to slash at the one that just took a shot out of Adara. So I'm gonna
Okay.
do that. And then if this hits, I will let you know how this goes for me.
He gonna eat it to hell.
No, I'm not that extra. I'm extra, but I'm not that extra. Is it the sword? Wait, hang on. Which one do I have? I have that one, and I. Okay, yeah, no, it is.
Which one of Ophelia's many swords?
Is that a 15? Does a 15 hit?
The Hungry? No. It does not.
Okay.
He's so skinny. You just
He's
move
too
out of the
lean.
way.
Too lean. Okay.
He leans out of the way.
Haha, lean. Okay, that is currently fine. I just have to check one more thing.
I think your sound just turned off.
Did it?
Oh, now it's back.
That's
I think you were
fine.
just
Okay.
in a funky
I think I
place.
was just like murmuring to myself, so it kind of just cut out. And then at the same time, because Adara just got hit, I am going to cast Silvery Barbs. So Adara now has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within the next minute.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
Enjoy. Have fun. That is my entire turn.
Vittori, you are up.
Alright. I'm gonna attack the one with 2 heads, the angry, because that one has more damage on it, so, you know, might as well get it to go down. So...
Wait a minute.
That's a 14, so that's gonna miss, so I'm gonna reroll that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is 15, so, and I already used my reroll, so that attack is gone. Okay, second attack.
Oof.
My dice hate me today, but that is a 23.
That'll hit.
Yay! Congrats on hitting something today, Vittori. I think that's also like the highest roll that I've gotten all day.
I mean, the day is young.
That's
you are.
true. Oh my god, I nearly rolled minimum damage. That's very sad. That is 21 points of magical piercing.
Okay. Any?
Okay, and my third attack is a 21.
That hits.
Just a silent thumbs up.
Sorry.
And that one has the extra D8. Yeah, that's 8 damage plus 18, so 26 magical piercing.
Love. Anything else?
No, that is my turn.
Okay. Adara, you are up.
Alright, I got advantage on this dex attack. So wait, which one looks more beat up? I lost track of who was attacking which one.
The angry has taken a lot of damage. The hungry has taken none.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna open with attacking the hungry, the unharmed one, with my
Okay.
advantage. We're just gonna see what happens. All right, 19 on the die, so I definitely hit. My goal
You
of
hit.
just straight up decapitating this guy didn't work, but that's fine.
Okay.
I appreciate the advantage nonetheless.
You're welcome.
So that is going to be.
Oh my god, Arcline, how awful Vittori missed like a peasant.
19 points of damage.
Okay. And then what?
And then I'll go back to the hurt one. Just, you know,
Okay.
figured I'd see what happened there. That's gonna hit, because it's not a 1. So that is 18 points of damage.
Cool.
And then the next attack hits, well. So that's gonna be 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, how beat up does this guy look?
The angry one, he looks sort of beat up. He looks, not happy. His heads are starting to say snide things.
Okay, can you
More
make me a
than
wisdom?
himself.
Can you make me a wisdom save?
Yes. Is this against being frightened or charmed?
Frightened, yeah.
Wow. Even with advantage, that is a 5.
Ooh,
Yay! We love to
ooh,
see
buddy.
it.
All right, you're frightened of me until
my
the end of my
God.
next turn, and you take an extra 8 points of
Yay.
damage.
And an extra 8 points of damage.
Yeah, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna bite him.
Please do.
Hey.
For a 27 to hit
Okay.
and 13 points of piercing damage.
Lovely.
I'm hanging on to my resources. These guys don't seem that tough. That's my turn. Famous
Okay.
last words. I sit here
Yeah.
with 77 damage.
Okay.
This fight's fun because, like, we've fought these before in an earlier adventure, the Shah's adventure, and, like, that combat was really simple. But also, this combat is taking more than one round, and that's
Yeah.
suspicious.
It is suspicious.
Okay. So, this one, he has disadvantage on attacks for you. Normally, he would have advantage on attacks for you, though, so it's going to be a straight roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nat 20!
Boo!
Ooh. Sad.
So that
sad.
is, this is going to hurt Adara, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm the tank. This is what I'm here for.
You're a fighter. You're great at these.
Plus, 1, 2, 34 piercing damage.
All right.
Plus, what's 3 times 12?
36.
Yeah.
That psychic damage, and then I'm gonna roll
Alright.
on top. 32. Or sorry, that's plus 28 more psychic.
28.
Plus the 32, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So.
So that's his first attack.
All right. I am. It's not really gonna do much, but I'll parry that. So I subtract a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, dice. I subtract 15 from that.
Does a 21 hit you?
No.
Okay, so a second attack misses.
All right.
And then, this, hungry guy is also gonna try and hit you because you're right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's another nat 20.
Oh my god.
Jesus! God, what the the dice in jail. Good God.
The claw misses, so
Uh-huh.
you're not grappled and restrained.
Uh-huh.
But he does bite you real hard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8, 12 plus 15 piercing damage plus 24 necrotic plus 9, 12 more necrotic.
All right. 24 and 12 is 36.
And that's their turn.
All right.
And then it's Ophelia's turn.
Beat up.
What was that?
Which one looks more beat up at the current moment?
Definitely the angry.
Okay. So for the hungry one, I'm going to, as it's kind of like close to Dara, I'm gonna just take a look at it again because I want to take out one of my daggers and like whip it at its foot to try to like stick it in the ground. So that's gonna be fun.
Okay.
I just like sticking stuff in the fucking ground. That's an 18.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. So this is the fun part about this one spell that I have. So it automatically goes off when I hit stuff. So to start off with, you are taking 7 points of piercing damage, and then you're also taking
How much piercing damage? Sorry.
7 to
Okay.
start off with, and then you're also taking. That's too many die. And then you're also taking 9 points of thunder damage with booming blade.
Nice.
Nice.
And then if it moves before the start of my next turn, you have to let me know because then he takes more damage.
Nice.
Thank you.
I like it.
Oh, good. It
Thank
stays
you.
with me.
I mean, yeah, but if it goes to like move to hit you and or to hit me or Vittori or to try to grapple you more than 5 feet, then it gets hit more. So,
Nice.
yep, that's it. That's the turn.
All right. Vittori, you're up.
Hello. All right. So the anger is still up, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna. Hopefully this turn will be better for me. Okay, yeah, that is better. I rolled a 19 on the die, so
Okay.
that would be. Yeah. And then. Dice. Okay, yeah, my dice like me much better this time. That's great. That is a 29 magical piercing.
Nice.
Oh, and an 18 on the die. Thank you, dice. Where were you?
It's just being nice to everyone tonight, apparently.
Yeah. Which
It
would
starts.
be like a 29 to hit, so.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
So. That's 14 there. 14 plus 18 would be 32. So yeah. 32 points of magical piercing, and that is my turn.
Lovely.
Is it still standing?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Adara, you're up.
All right. How standing does it look?
Not very.
Okay.
Does it look? Great
His heads
question.
look very tired and concerned.
Huh?
The two heads look very tired and concerned.
Okay. Well, then, I'm gonna make a stupid decision and stay here.
Okay.
Because if I leave, I'm gonna get hit. So I have to take them down, or I'll go down. As I sit here with, if I did my math correctly, 2 HP. So, you know.
That's a lot.
Thanks, Perry. It did come up. I wasn't expecting to get crit twice in a fucking row. But anyway, let's start with the damaged one.
When you
And we'll
said
just-
you had an embarrassing amount of HP left, I thought you meant like a lot.
No, the other kind of embarrassing.
69.
No, the kind of embarrassing that is embarrassing because I just said these guys don't look so strong, and then I got crit twice in a row and got remaining 2
Crappy made a good
HP.
point. 2 HP is still better than 0 HP.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, first attack hits. We're using resources now because we've decided that these guys are scary, actually. So please make me a strength saving throw.
Is this on the angry guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this against being stunned or knocked unconscious?
No.
Okay. Ooh. 22.
Say ooh.
Are you
Well,
sure?
it was a 1 and then rolled over to a 19.
Oh, rude. All right, hang on. Are you sure it's a 22?
Yes?
Are you?
Is my DC. Assuming that I did my math on the DC correctly,
Well, I got a
Yeah.
19 on the die, and they
I'd
have
still-
a +3.
I still just want to make sure. All right, fine. You are not knocked prone. You do take 21 points of damage.
And that one is dead now.
Good. So it did.
Integration. You done it.
It did fail my save against being knocked prone. It just took a
Just
second.
in a different way.
Yeah. All right.
Knocked prone
the-
by death.
Yeah, the other one. We have to take down now. So,
Yeah, kinda.
second attack. Please make me a strength saving throw. I'm gonna assume that a 28 hits.
It will hit. What kind of
Cool.
saving throw?
Strength.
Strength. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
All right, you are not knocked prone. You do take an embarrassing 16 damage.
Okay.
Next attack.
Yeah, that is embarrassing.
What embarrassing is so layered here.
Oh my god. 27 to hit. Please make me a strength saving throw.
These legendary
will-
pants dice are just really nice to me. I'm sorry.
God.
It's a 19.
How dare you sponsor us legendary pants and then
Total.
let's
So-
just
Fail.
roll
Fail.
Fail, you are finally knocked prone, and you take another 22 points of damage.
Cool.
I gotta recover the die I dropped. Alright. I'm going to action surge.
Rose dice.
Yeah. I'm gonna action surge. And we're gonna do this again, but harder because you're prone now, so I have advantage.
You know, you can
Well-
action search twice.
I mean, I already could action surge twice. I think there's a limit on once per turn.
No, because the Fury's
Probably.
Blessing.
Oh, that stacks?
Yeah,
Nice.
but like it's still action surge, right? Unless you
Oh,
say,
yeah.
unless
It
Jet's
said-
just saying
it did-
we can use multiple.
It did say as per action surge.
It did. It said as if you had used the fighter's. So yeah, as per action search.
So that's not the same as using action surge.
It is not.
It's
Thanks
not
for the
the
follow.
same.
Thanks for the follow, Tormented by Gnomes. Cool. So anyway, this advantage dodges my nat 1, and instead I get a total of 21 to hit.
Okay.
Please make me a wisdom save.
Okay. That is a very powerful 3.
Cool, you're frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Congratulations, King.
And you're
Frightened
gonna
and
take
prone.
24 points of damage.
Adara's like, I'm done with it.
Adara's
wanna
like,
watch this
you
man-
have to die or I will.
I want to watch this man crawl away and then immediately get clapped by some thunder.
Alright, that was my first action surge attack, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, next attack. Please, oh my god, that's another nat 1, but advantage, so it's a 5. So 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool.
That's such a layered thing. Go. Oh, it's 5. Okay, so that's a 20.
Plus 17, baby. All right, please make me fucking, I don't know. Make me another wisdom save. You know, why not?
That is
holding
a 9.
Okay, you're goaded, so if you attack anyone other than me, you have disadvantage. And also, you're gonna take, math.
Goaded and frightened.
I was gonna say, isn't that a thing too? Like, he can't attack you because he's frightened, but he can't attack anyone else.
Disadvantage to attack.
Disadvantage, yeah. So that's 31 points of damage.
Ooh, nice.
Next attack, please. All right, that definitely hits.
Wrestling match really made you upset, huh?
Sorry, anyone else who wanted a turn, but if I don't take this guy out, I'm going to die. So that's
You really could take a potion, you know.
no. That's 28 damage.
Get the weak shit out of here.
Adara can have a potion after this combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 5 hit dice to action surge again.
I'm just telling you, it would if you regain hit points, the hungry gets to do more damage on its turn.
But
Well,
she's
then
not
I don't
using
want
the
to
hit
do
dice.
that.
She's
I'm spending them.
no,
that's
you're
what I'm
spending them.
saying.
You're not rolling them, so you're not getting your health back.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to get you to take a potion.
I don't have time for that. I have to kill this man. I rolled 2 10s. I had a very lawful advantage roll with 2 10s. So that's a 27 to hit. So please make me fucking, I don't know, are you holding anything?
Just your ego.
All right, then make me a strength save.
Careful with that. That's fragile. Be careful. Don't drop that.
How dare you?
23.
All right, you don't drop my ego, but you do take 19 points of damage.
Okay.
All right,
Cheeks hurt. This is ridiculous.
next attack. It's
Is
cocked.
the Saurus even still alive?
Yes.
84 years.
Oh my god.
It hits with a 32.
Health does this thing have?
So make me a fucking, I don't know. I'm running out of saves to enforce on you. Yeah, you know what? Make me a wisdom save.
Hey Jess, you should give Adara a new maneuver called fucking I don't know.
That's a 10.
Fail. You are extra frightened of me, I guess.
Extra frightened.
But more importantly, you take 26 points of damage.
Okay.
I swear to God.
Adara, you were so overcoming the sensation of hunger.
Natural 20 with my Vorpal sword.
Oh, yes!
She hungers for something else, but
The crit fishing paid off. It only took like 18 attack rolls.
Tell me how you dispatch of the embodied personification of hunger.
Oh my god. Idara just, I think she has that moment where she's like, oh, this fight won't be that bad. This is fine. I'm not gonna try very hard. Like, my friend's got it. And then she gets like double crit, I think both at the same time, and is just like, shit, fuck. And just like, kind of goes into panic mode. So you watch her like very ungracefully. She's just like hacking into this thing. Like, you have to die or I will. She cleaves its head clean off. It's not clean. No part of this is clean. She cleaves its head off, but it takes many tries.
Thank you for the bits,
It's like going after the
Thanks,
dead
Crackety.
horse, huh?
Yeah, and then I think she caps it off by just falling down on the ground. You know, that feeling when you ran the mile in PE in middle school and you were just like, I'm going to die. She does that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, hey, Gwendy, how many of Adara's resources did you spend on that one Saurus spawn?
I think basically all of them.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I
there's something...
feel like we're going to have a boss fight at some stage.
We just need a
Are
short
you
rest and I'll
happy
be
with
fine.
your choices?
We just need a short rest and I'll be fine.
Oh, Ophelia just looks down at its head and is like, wow, that's kind of sad, because now it can't even eat, huh? Well, that's tragic. You okay?
No.
You want a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah, you want a break there, bud?
Yeah, holy shit.
You want a water cooler? You want a Gatorade?
Do you want to voluntarily do a short rest, like, without
Yeah.
being prompted? Or, like, have like people spend channel points on it?
They were not this strong the last time we fought them, right? Like, what the fuck?
No.
Alright, I blame the air. Something's going on here. But yeah, holy shit, I need to lie down for an hour.
It's your allergies.
Oh no.
Ophelia, well, that's tragic. Anyway.
Yeah. Can we take a short rest here? Is it safe?
Do you want to? Because I have enough resources where if you want to, you can take a break and I'll keep an eye on stuff. Because not all of us blew all of our resources in one go.
Look, it was important.
Great question. Does Adara have any hit dice left to heal with?
She only spent 5.
So you have 14 more, Congregation.
Yeah, we're level 19. So you know. I might use some potions instead though, because I want those reaction surges. I feel like that's gonna come up.
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah.
I'm so
Wow, you
glad
guys gave Adara more motivation to not heal herself. Congrats. Look at what you've done.
Yeah, Dylan, this is your fault. Anyway.
Done.
Yeah, I would like to, oh god, I made a mistake. I would like to lie down for a while. Anyway.
You lie down, and overall, you hear the swirling and screaming of souls, and the heaviness
Just another day.
of the planar ennui weighing on you. And I would like you all to give me a charisma saving throw, please.
Yeah. Man, this is against magic, correct?
Oh,
Yes, it
god.
is.
Oh, thank god.
Great, I have advantage on this already. Suck it on, we.
Guess who rolled a 2 on the die
Oh no.
for a total of 4?
Now I feel bad for gloating.
19?
I feel bad for gloating because I have advantage and my roll is really good, so I got a natural 20 for a 32.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
warlocks.
You need to understand that, Victoria has a magic item for spells, but not magical effects. And I was looking at the boons that we get for rewards sometimes. I was thinking, oh, the next time we get a boon, I'll take the magic resistance one, because that's advantage against magical effects as well.
That's what I
in
have.
general, and I don't have that.
That's what I
I
had,
don't
because
have that yet.
Idara's entire build is fuck your magic.
The DC was 17.
Okay, so Victoria gets on Wii.
Oh, so Victoria
can I-
passes. We got it. Okay, cool.
Math.
So Victoria has 1 level of exhaustion. So you and Adara are tied.
Yay.
Okay, but I have a question for you. Vittori has a thing, it's called Tireless. Whenever you finish a short rest, your exhaustion level of any is decreased by 1.
Oh!
Does the ennui last after the short rest?
So tragic.
I'll
Adara
say
thinks-
no then, because you were taking a short rest.
Adara's like,
Yeah.
finally, I can relate to someone, and Victoria's like, anyways.
Wow.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Wow.
Actually,
Welcome back,
Yes.
Sam. I missed you.
Welcome back.
You missed
How-
you missed
yeah.
it time.
Jess?
Yeah.
Can I also use my short rest to unattune to my braces of archery so I can attune to my luck stone?
Yes.
Because I need it. I need it desperately.
Yes, you may.
God, please.
Yay! Now Vittoria is slightly worse at archery, which is fine because either she's gonna roll so fucking low that like the difference of +2 does not matter, or she's gonna roll a 30. And that's Vittoria's life.
It's entirely what our party is like. You either roll a 30 or a 2.
Huh.
That'd be
Alright.
D&D.
It's funny that you said that when I rolled on my hit dice max and a 2. Anyway.
Again, it's that meme that Draz made where it's like the Threeflings trying to be funny. Oh, Apollo, the gift of prophecy.
Oh no.
Oh no. When do we fight like a luck deity?
Ooh. Hopefully never.
Find out in the Patreon episode.
Oh god.
The Patreon episode is just a boss fight.
What is that Patreon so we can feed our Adoras?
Not too long before you fight Lactate.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, I can't remember which adventure that is off the top of my head. So
I know it's coming up.
Counting on to be very funny, like in hindsight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joaquin
Okay.
is coming.
He sure is.
Oh wait, she's commerce, not luck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bishaba?
It's a
Bishaba is
while.
coming?
Bishaba. That's a while.
Why?
That's a
My
while.
brain said
She's one of the
Joaquin, like Joaquin Phoenix.
That's also what I
Wait.
thought.
The Joker 2 is gonna be a musical.
Okay, it's gonna be a while before you face Bishaba. Anyway, do you want to like go onto the island?
Yeah.
I thought we were already on it.
I thought we were.
Well, you were kind of in the shallows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So-
let's
Was
out
that
of the
fight
shower
just in
and get into the
water?
deep end of this bad
I
boy.
didn't even realize.
Oh, Kawaii,
It's like
made a
your
good point.
actual luck. God, it's Brooks.
Don't lie.
Oh no.
So, once you, I'll say as you are resting, you see, something that you would definitely recognize, because I believe, Ophelia, you have one of these in the bottle. It's a Nelfshini, herding several ghosts.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Those pig demons with wings.
I don't have that in a vial. I have a Baylor in a bottle.
Oh,
We
right,
have
okay.
seen the Nello Sheens
Different.
before. We fought a couple, I believe.
You have fought several of these.
Yeah, so it's just a pig man.
Sorry, you fought someone who pulled one of these out of a bottle at one point. That's what
Yes,
I
the
was thinking
Pokemon
of.
fight.
Oh,
yes.
right, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so he's just he's herding cattle, you said?
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
And going,
Are
follow,
they
grind
ghosts
them
of
down.
cattle?
Follow, grind them down. Come on. Off to Delora with you. And, one of the ghosts catches, sees the three of you. Goes,
Oh, please. You can't let me go to Delore. We were betrayed. Please,
I
free me.
have a question, and maybe we don't know because we rolled mediocre on our history rolls, but like, how long ago does it seem that the conflict between the dragons and the elves were? Because I'm like, should there be anyone on this island? Why are there still ghosts here?
ooh. I'm gonna say you didn't really roll well enough.
Okay.
But given, you could give me a survival or nature check, actually.
Ask if Delore rings a bell.
That is 18.
Okay. So, given, like, the destruction of the buildings and stuff, you would gather that it's been at least a couple hundred.
It's been okay. Interesting.
Does Delore ring a bell?
Yes, that is the plane of death that is causing you to have planar ennui.
Oh, yes. So, okay, so this is probably a big part of, like, the thing where it's like, oh, we're having a weird time, aren't we?
Okay, so we were sent here by the Undying Court. So the fact that there are ghosts here, like thousands of or whatever of how amount of time after that conflict, means that I don't think the people here are meant to be dying. Is the conclusion I'm coming to.
Or they're already dead?
I was gonna say, I think it's more just like if you're a ghost, that means you don't get to
You don't pass on anymore.
dissolve. Yeah, because if you kind of stay
Yeah,
forever
well-
living in the current state that you're in.
Yeah.
Did we roll
yeah.
for identifying the Undying Court? I'm back. I just rolled more dice in my life than I think I ever have before, but I'm basically healed.
You already identified them. Okay,
Yeah,
you did
that was
really
that's
well.
the
Yeah.
people
figuring
that
them
sent
out.
us here.
So they're not, like, undead, right? Like, it would be weird
No,
for undead
they're-
to be chilling
so-
with them?
They're like so
They're
basically I think they're like ancestor spirit kind of things because they
They are
worship
dead.
their ancestors.
Okay.
Yeah, basically,
And that's how they get their spiritual power instead
they
of like
extend their life
deity.
and they have magic because they like have the influence of their ancestors that kind of continue to exist around them.
Yeah.
And
They're
that's
like
why they don't.
spiritual guardians. As
Yeah,
opposed
that's why
to-
they don't
Yeah.
die, and that's also why they have like high magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be, like, wild for undead to be hanging out with them? Because it kind of sounds like no?
I mean, like,
I
spirits
think the weird thing is that this demon is trying to get them to go to the plane of death.
I was gonna say, yeah, ghosts are different from, like, ancestral spirit versus, like, an otherwise, like, dead presence, I guess. I forget how, like, D&D classifies them, but they're, like, different. Ghosts are different from spirits, which are different from, like, animals.
They're different.
Cool. They're built different.
So, what you rolled last time about the planar conjunction, that would make this make sense to you. That because the plane of Delore is, like, basically on top of the material plane at this point, a demon, like, shepherding ghosts to the plane of the dead, this is a great time to do it.
Okay, yeah. Vittoria's gonna, like, switch her hunter's mark over and shoot the demon.
Oh my god!
He's doing his job!
I just healed!
You actually want to shoot them?
So, like, this seems like a bad situation, and I think that, like, Vittoria, like, in character would, like, try and save the ghosts from going into the plane of death, because that's not, like, what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels like this is only happening because of the conjunction. So, like, yeah, I'm sorry, Adara did just heal.
Ophelia's like, how do I explain to you what a psychopomp is? Because this is literally their job.
Oh no, Adara's just like, Vittori, that could have been our uncle, what the fuck?
Because it's like, yeah, sure, psychopomps, you know, are good, but, like, I don't think they, like, it doesn't work here like that usually. It's only like this because of the conjunction, and the conjunction looks like it's bad.
Well,
because we are going towards the center of the conjunction, right? That's why we're here, because of the ennui being stronger here.
Yeah, roll me some attacking.
Oh no.
Traz, what'd you got?
How many people are my frozen for?
You're
apparently
only
just
frozen.
Gwen.
Just
You're only
Gwen.
frozen for me,
Okay.
but I'm the one that matters. I'm the stream capture.
Yeah, hang on, let me just screenshot this for everyone who can't see what's going on here. I'll get it for you, Draz. I'll get it for you. I got you. Don't worry about it.
No.
I stopped at such an unfortunate time. I'm so sorry.
So, I guess, sorry everyone, Draz is still here, it's just that my Discord's acting up and we can't kill it without killing the stream. So, maybe she'll be back soon.
I live here now.
What'd you roll?
Okay. Alright, so time... Do I need a roll for initiative?
No, you just hit me.
Okay. That would be 17.
So your arrow goes right past the
Okay.
Nalshini, and they look at you and go, "Oi! Come on! None of that! None of that! Be a good little deadin! Get in line! Come on! Now, no fighting!
We're
Come
not
on.
dead yet.
I was gonna
We
say,
know.
Yeah, we're not dead yet.
Dude, as I see Vittori going for that shit, I'm just like, okay, shot of shadow, goodbye. I'm
Well,
not.
that's
here now.
what
I'm
they
not
all
here.
say. Come on now.
No,
I
we're
know
definitely...
nobody's dead. Nobody's dead. Let's go. Come on.
No,
Grind
like,
them down's got a job
literally-
to do.
Yeah, no, fuck you. We're not dead.
And,
But damn, Madara was very close to it just a moment ago.
the ghost who first called out to you goes,
Please, I have to tell the lone survivor of House Vol. We were betrayed. We were betrayed by the Emerald Claw. If I am dead, I know I'm dead. Please back off. But if I need you to free me so I can tell Arendis Vol we were betrayed by the Emerald Claw.
Hey, wait, that rings bells. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, that rings bells, but I...
That is.
That's a lot of
Grind them
roll.
down goes, that's enough. That's enough. Come on, deadins, let's go. And how will you convince Grind them down that you are not dead?
Just out of curiosity, we're sitting here with which site? Are these like actual ghosts? These
Yes.
kind of just like people. Okay. Just say, you know, if they're actual ghosts or people.
I just
Ink?
didn't hear ink for a second.
Yeah.
say anything. I just said, are they actually? I said, with which site are they actually ghosts, or do they just look like they're dead? That's all I said. I haven't said anything
they're
else.
actual ghosts.
Yeah, I haven't said anything else. I've just been like looking at stuff.
So
I'm currently invisible, so I don't know what y'all do.
I'm yelling at this psychopomp being like, fuck you, I'm not dead.
So how do you want to convince the psychopomp that you are not dead?
See, I feel like in character Vittoria would not try and convince, like, Vittoria would just shoot again.
Let's say, you could give me a DC 20 group ability check of your choice. So if you want it to be an athletics check.
Yeah, I want to demonstrate my vivacity by being athletic.
Yeah, and Vittori can add to that with acrobatics or a shot to be like, could a ghost do this?
Yeah, could a ghost do this? Yeah.
Could a ghost
Thank
do
you,
this?
Arcline. You're totally correct. The Thanato Turing test. Yep. Yep.
I'm not dead. You are.
Here's the thing about shooting without like needing to do damage is that I can use my full bonus without doing sharpshooter. So that would be 23.
Okay.
All right. I rolled a 5, so 19.
All right.
I'm just sitting here watching you guys do this, and it's just like...
Just like, would a dead person have these guns? I don't fucking think so. That would have been more impressive if I worked out.
All right.
If you were
Funny,
Adara.
because I know for a fact Adara is buff, and there's such a disconnect between what I know Adara is and Gwen, who is an actual artist and does not do the athletics other than baby hiking.
Check out these noodles. There's almost definition if I like get the light just right.
No, all right, fine. I was not told to expect the living. My apologies. I thought there were 3 of you. But my apologies. I'll just be on my way.
Oh, 3 of us. Yeah, I can fix that. Pop back into view and be like, quick question, what's the deal going on with this? The ghosts and you being here and, like, everything and the planes shifting at the current moment. It's a story.
They're dead. Taking them where the dead go. They're stuck.
You mean, like, stuck? Because you can't really move them then if they're stuck.
Well, that's why I brought them. They're coming with me.
Jammed.
Let's go.
Can I try and
Tell
ask?
Miranda's full. We were betrayed.
Well, what more specific? Give me specifics.
Yeah, by the Emerald Claw, right?
Betrayed by whom? When? What do they look like? How?
Necessarily have the time to answer all these questions.
Dragon, because we've heard about the Emerald Claw before. But here's the thing: the last time the Emerald Claw was mentioned, like you put the icon of the Emerald Claw in chat, and then Gwendy like put the Grinch, and all I can think about is the Grinch thing.
Adara the Grinch.
Idara entered our Discord. Join our Patreon Discord if you want to interact with Idara, the real human person.
Come into our Discord if you want to see us compare the Emerald Claw, an actual Eberron lore thing, to Jim Carrey's The Grinch.
But from the start of like the last stream with like our dreams and stuff, like there for sure was like dragon, like green dragon kind of shit, and then like on like the conspiracy board there was more like Emerald Claw stuff, and like somehow that all connects. I'm not sure how much of that actually registers in Vittori's mind, but we've definitely heard about this Emerald Claw before.
I mean, we do know that this was a land that had, like, actual fighting between dragons and elves.
Yeah.
So we know that there's a presence of dragons in this area, so I think you could probably put 2 and 2 together to make 4.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
You just see like Vittori like doing like a mind palace shit, and then like 5 minutes later,
it's the woman with the math swirling around her head for 20 minutes.
Meanwhile, Idar is just at the ghost who's actively walking away, like, betrayed while you were doing what? Betrayed how? What did they look like? Where did it happen? What were you trying to do that got messed up? We need details.
I feel like he's like pinching the bridge of her nose. Just out of curiosity, are these pig demons usually like shepherds for ghosts into the plane of the dead? Because we've mainly only fought them.
Yeah, not really.
And Vittori continues to want to fight them.
They do abduct mortals from the material plane, but usually they do it to eat them.
What's the name of the pig demon again? I don't remember the called.
Grind them down.
Alright. Gonna look at the pig demon and be like, so did you get like a job promotion or something? This feels very unusual for you.
On it. Yes,
Good for you.
I'm important.
Yeah,
And they flutter their wings a little bit.
So where did you find all these friends? And like gesture to the ghosts.
Well, swirling around the tower, there's a whole bunch. Been busy for years. Well,
How
it's easier to get them back now, though.
are you gonna manage to get all of those? All those.
They've been like that. But now Dolores open, so I could just take these folks and pop them back.
How long has this been going on?
That's above my pay grade. Excuse me. Let's go, ghosties! You got a new home! And Adara, the ghost talking to you, is like,
We served House Vol. Lady Minara, was working with, well, she had a plan to end the war, but we were betrayed by the dragon. The Emerald Claw, the big dragon, betrayed us. It was supposed to be a peace deal and it was bad.
Okay, betrayed you when? How?
Just
Was
please
Claudia
Where?
tell-
Joe
they'll know.
involved?
Arandis will know.
Okay, where's Arandis?
Where living people are.
Alright, well, we'll
Anyone.
try to pass on the memo, I guess. Anything
Yeah.
else useful you can think of?
Trust the Emerald Claw.
Trust the Emerald Claw is what came through, so alright, noted.
No, don't.
I'm sorry, there's static on Ghost Skype. Like, what?
You really did cut through with trust the Emerald Claw.
Yeah,
I was like, why?
Discord
No.
always just fucked up the adventure.
Alright, Ghost said so. Alright,
We got
yeah.
you, buddy.
Yeah, got that one. Alright, good luck with the afterlife. Is that right? Is that what you guys were talking about?
It's the plane of the dead, so like kinda.
I'm going
Alright.
to. Oh, you know, we haven't done yet. I want to insight check the demon to see if like the ghost will be safe and like have a good afterlife.
Fair enough.
okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
because like the ghost,
back,
the
Jarvis's
demon
face.
did talk about like grinding them up. So like maybe this is bad actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you-
natural 20.
Hey!
There we go.
So you get the idea that, and based on what you know about these kind of demons, they really do like eating people, but there's nothing in a ghost for them to eat, so they like eating like living flesh. So were these actual
Oh.
people they were bringing back, it would be highly likely that they would eat them. But the fact that they didn't go to immediately try and eat you and seem pretty intent on their job means that it's pretty unlikely that they would drop them off somewhere weird. These folks might not have a nice afterlife. Delora isn't like a party plane, but it is
Right.
where dead go in Eberron.
Right.
What are these pig demons called again?
This is in Nelfshiny. Their name is Grind Them Down.
Oh, buddy.
That.
That's really cute.
That is
while
metal.
we're doing that, I'm gonna look up at the whole situation with the swirling ghosts. Just looking at it, what kind of seems to be what's happening with this? Because clearly this is unusual. Like, does this seem to be like
Yeah.
a magical siphon thing? Does this seem like this is like a storm? Like, what is going on here?
It seems like because of the conjunction, there is, you're definitely being pulled that way. Toast is trying to go that way.
Yeah. I gave the dog a map.
And also, it seems to be that that's where the energy that you're feeling is pulling you. So there are souls, but there's also a big storm up there. And it feels like this is where the two planes are, like, meeting.
Yay.
So kind of like a big funnel.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, everybody, give me another Christmas saving throw.
Boo. Ooh. 18.
That would be 12. So, Victoria managed to avoid the ennui, but now she's just like, I think it's because, like, Victoria was just like, she was so convinced that this demon was, like, doing something nefarious because, like, this clearly seems abnormal for this part of Eberron, like, and especially, like, she's still, like, confused as to why, you know, like, this is all happening, like, you know, so many years after this event happened, that, like, for once, she feels, like, kind of stumped by, like, her investigations, because she was sure she had a lead, but it seems like she was wrong, and I think that's just bumming her out.
Vittori misses one shot and just goes into an existential tailspin.
So the number was 18 this time. So Vittori, you have one level of exhaustion. Everybody else is fine.
I have a +1 to these. we are on the knife's
And
edge.
you're at disadvantage.
No, because I'm only at 1 exhaustion, which is just ability checks.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Not saving
and I have advantage because it's a magical effect.
Yeah.
Because fuck your magic.
So it cancels out.
Yeah, the other roll was a 5.
As you continue on, you start to smell freshly baked bread amidst all of this.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
Wait.
you continue to, a small, what looks like, somewhat destroyed city, but there are several, folks around. They seem to be, you've heard about the Deathless. So yeah, they seem to be deathless. They're not undead, not undead, but, you know, not alive folks, but they all look, you would, absolutely identify this as overcome with ennui. They're just, you know, hanging out, staring at things, except for this one bakery that has a sign on it that says Buns and Rhymes.
Buns and Rhymes?
Buns and Rhymes.
Amazing.
Okay.
Got some follow-up questions. It seems like a good place to get those follow-up questions answered.
So that's the who's making
Well, you know,
the
it's...
bread, personally.
Yeah. You're telling me a ghost made this bread?
Literally.
Someone immune to ennui made this bread.
I'm just imagining ghost bread is basically just like a communion wafer.
So walking in, you were just overwhelmed by the smell of freshly baked bread and coffee cake and sticky buns. And there are swords mounted on the wall that are glowing with radiant energy. And just awards everywhere that say, like, you know, Buns and Rhymes, best buns. And it's like every year kind of thing. And then a couple poems.
Including up to, like, the current year?
Well, they wouldn't
Yeah.
give those awards out until next year.
Yeah, I'll say up to last year.
No, I mean, like, it's not like they got these awards, like, hundreds of years ago, and, like, this shop is still intact somehow. It's, like, still running. Like, people still come here?
So
It's not the only
the
place in town that makes bread.
baker turns around and goes, "Wow! About time some adventurers showed up. Tina Tulane, have a seat. About time somebody answered my call. You got the airship?"
Oh,
Yeah.
you're the one that
Oh,
hired us.
lovely. How does this person seem to be reacting? Do they seem like relatively energized? And like not overcome with ennui?
At a glance, she looks pissed off.
Fair
She
enough.
looks
That's
old.
the opposite of
and
ennui.
she looks
That's how
old
Adara snapped out of it.
and pissed off.
Look, we've all been there.
Yeah.
She's got little glasses and an apron that's just covered in flour, and her hair is like up in a net thing. But she also has on her back a massive maul that is glowing with light.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Like
I'll take a seat.
lunch lady that also kicks ass.
I like
Cool.
this lady.
Hmm.
Yeah, looking at her be like, how are you managing to avoid all of the, sad going on out there?
Well, still got my passions, don't I? Dragon slaying,
Right.
poetry, bacon.
Oh my god, a
That's a lot of
holistic person.
passions, oh yeah.
Yeah. You
Now,
know, you
Very
need,
well-rounded.
that's the life advice, right? You need 3 hobbies. One to keep you active, one to keep you creative, and one to earn you money.
Is
That's
that
all
true?
three.
I've been
Yeah.
doing that on my own.
Yeah, it's just you're leading a fulfilling life.
Look at that.
Damn. Imagine that.
Been leading a fulfilling unlife, too, for a couple centuries now.
Ah, well.
So,
Part of the death list.
you look like you're having a tough time.
I mean,
Oh, they definitely
we could be
are.
doing better.
They are. I'm trying to mainly figure out what's going on here.
You want some tea? Go with those buns.
Sure.
Sure.
Miss.
Nah.
Yeah. And she pours you some tea of vitality.
Ooh, vitality!
Vitality. It removes any exhaustion you are suffering.
Yay.
And for the next
Yay.
24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend.
Fuck!
Oh,
Like, come on.
Adara got this like 2 hours ago.
Tragic.
Whatever.
Enjoyable, thank you. It's quite nice.
There's another.
Yeah, it's really wonderful.
Adara
Thank
just
you for
takes a
the
sip
bits.
and just quietly to herself and is like, God fucking damn it.
Oh,
This would have been
Like
really
she
good.
knows internally, and they're like,
There's-
oh, if I
This
This
had
would have
this
been really
closed-
good 2
thanks.
hours ago.
Well, maybe if you got here a little bit faster, you could have had it then.
Well, I couldn't. I was dying. But thanks for it now.
There's a lot of sorrow.
It's like
stored out
Adara
there.
lying on the
Is
floor,
that
and
supposed
this
to
woman
be an
comes
insult
over.
to me?
What? No. Huh?
There's
Who
nothing
said-
wrong with being dead.
No. But I didn't want to be.
It's a
And
perfectly
so I
good
took-
way to live.
Sure. But I took my time instead, and that's why I'm late.
Yeah, how stay in here? What with
You really
every?
do say you should have died, TBH.
How are you dealing with everyone like being sad and like all of the sorrow sworn? How are you dealing with all of that? And like the massive swarming vortex of ghosts.
Well, here's the thing. I just represent the Undying Court. I am concerned that, we might actually die. What keeps us alive is, oh, thank you for the bits, the writer chick. Welcome. What keeps us alive is our love for our descendants, which there aren't many here on Shade Azir. But, if we don't feel anything anymore, then we'll really die. And then who's gonna buy my buns?
Fair enough.
A long time ago, we,
Would you? I was gonna just ask about like the past, but I think like she's already about to do that.
Long time ago, we had a bit of a conflict with the dragons that lived here. It was revealed to us that, House Vol had spawned a half-dragon. Half-elf, half-dragon, whose power could decimate the world. So we destroyed the city to, eliminate the Vol bloodline. That's what you gotta do. You've gotta destroy the bloodline. And, well, I think one of the Vol allies is back, and that's what's causing this whole, conjunction thing. Because, well, the divination said that we were fine. They said we got the bloodline, got every last bit, but, not really sure who else would be doing this and why I'd be here, and, thousands of years of knowledge will die if the Undying Court dies. Officially.
Right.
Team
And
refresh
I'm
my
just
memory.
here making fucking bread.
It's,
Um,
wait, team, refresh my memory. Arandis Vol was the one that we were, like, looking for, like, positive as opposed to looking for derogatory, like...
You were looking for Emirago derogatory.
Okay. No, we heard
We
about
also got-
Arandis
Okay,
Vol, though.
well, we've heard about this person before.
They were
No.
on the
Like it was during the
conspiracy
bowl
board?
conversation.
Wait, what?
we also
I thought they were
You
on the
heard about
conspiracy
it
No,
board.
no, the ghost,
Houseful.
the ghost literally just telling us to tell her, or like this person,
Yeah.
like,
That's what I was trying to say, yeah.
that they
Oh,
were
yes.
betrayed
Yeah.
by the Emerald Claw. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you were positive looking for Arandis Vol, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
I was confused between, like, whether this was a thing that we learned this...
You learned that just in the last scene. I have no
Alright.
brain.
We are a mess.
Alright. Filing that away. Ophelia, did you have a follow-up comment?
I was saying that I think that the name came up along the ghosts. Is it just you left from the court? Is there no one else still?
Well, you can see the rest of the court's outside, twiddling their thumbs, and
Oh, that's all of them. Oh.
Yeah.
that's all of them that's on Shade Desire. There's, we're everywhere. Near divine power, what they say, but, fat lot of good it's doing here when we've got a conjunction and a soul tornado over on the Spire of Revenge.
Yeah. Related, why did you call us here? Your letter was, not descriptive.
Well, cut that shit out!
Alright, you got, like, tools or insight for that? Or are you just gonna kind of let us wing it?
It's the Vol ally. Kill the Vol ally. And
Kill the Vol.
Stop the conjunction.
Alright, what's the Vol Allies deal?
I don't know.
Do you know what they look like?
No, but it's gotta be one of them. Who else would do this shit? Gotta
So
be
you
some
do know that there's one of them
nasty-
that's still alive, right? You do know that.
Oh no, don't snish! I think that's not allowed.
We
And that
didn't
might not be a good thing to
eliminate the bloodline.
I don't think so from what we've heard with the ghosts.
say. I'm not
Which
sure
I
that's a
don't-
good thing to tell her.
Which I don't think is very fully helping the situation.
This situation seems messy as fuck, but I feel like we shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, how about, you, tell us what information you have, and then we will take all of this and consolidate it and go deal with the shit upstairs, and however we resolve that, you trusted us to be professionals about it, so that's on you.
Yeah, there's like a lot going on here.
Feel like we need our own conspiracy board. I understand why the captain had one.
Right?
So there was this war between the elves and the dragons here. And it seems like House Vol thought if they shagged a dragon, they could broker some peace. What they created was a monster that could destroy not just Shade Desire, but Eberron and all the planes beyond. So we killed all of the voles to prevent that happening. But apparently you're saying that we didn't.
No,
So
that's all that
now
I've
we've
been
got
told.
another vole to kill.
I'm not fully sure.
Separate unrelated question. What's your stance on the Emerald Claw? I see you shaking your head, but I don't know you well enough to read what kind of head shake that is.
Well, officially illegal, and I wish they'd stay underground. Heard there were some ties with the Vole family, but nothing that could be proven there. Cultists who serve death itself.
You out last episode what exactly the Emerald Claw is?
You did not.
Okay.
We just heard about it, but like not what that means, except for that the symbol looks like a Grinch hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, does it sound familiar? Like in the terms of anything that Ophelia would have heard about?
You can give me a religion check.
Okay. It's a 26.
Nice.
Nice.
17
Okay.
plus 9.
Yeah. So you would know that they are an illegal cult. Founded and they got their name from a dragon called the Emerald Claw. And with that kick-ass roll, I'd say you further know that that dragon is Erendis Vol's father.
So, we're assuming that. So, from what you're telling me, is Erendis is the one that they tried to broker peace with because he is half dragon, half elf?
Erendis is a dragon. Erendis is the child of the Emerald Claw and Minara.
So, yes, he's half dragon, half elf?
She, yes.
She. Okay, cool. Understood. Okay, what's the current status of them then? Like, if they were kind of cult, are they like a religious cult or like a social cult? Because there's a difference.
Religious cult.
Like in the apocalyptic, like, we're all gonna die, so this is how we save ourselves kind of thing?
Their current...
Is that in like the Eberron, they gain magic from being in the cult sense?
In that kind of way. Their leader is the Queen of Death.
Like a
is that a
Queen? Title or like a
That's a title.
Specific person? Okay, that's a title.
Yeah, they have there's a bunch of cults in Eberron. There's also the Blood of Vol, which is a decentralized religion that worships the divinity within instead of a higher power.
Eberron religions are so cool.
This really is like the Aedra versus the Daedra versus like the inherent magic of the Mer kind of thing, huh?
Yeah, and they worship, they do a lot with the undead. They are the exact opposite of the Undying.
That explains a lot as to
built
why there is a conflict.
Diametrically opposed.
Yeah, that makes sense if you are very heavily into non-dying and necromancy as opposed to the leader of your actual organization being someone called the Lady of Death. Yeah, I can imagine that that's a problem.
I'm also thinking about the Lady of Death and the fact that we're in conjunction with the Plane of Death.
Yeah.
Probably no relation.
Yeah, probably no relation.
Okay. So what's the story? You just expect us to go figure out who this is that's aligned with the Vol, get rid of them, fix the problem? Is that kind of what I'm gathering from this?
Do you need me to come with you? And babysit?
No, I just didn't know what the expectation was.
Oh, yes. Stop all that. And if you see a Vol, eliminate the bloodline.
I do have one last question, because I rolled a natural one on figuring this out last time, so I want someone else to tell me. What is House Vol's dragon mark?
Are you asking that?
Yes, I am curious as to what their dragon mark
What it
gave them
does?
powers of.
the mark of death.
Of course it
Noted.
is. Of course
Weird.
it is, because what else would it be other than thematic?
Of course it is!
It is the most mysterious of all dragon marks.
Yay!
And it is believed to be extinct.
Oh, okay. But clearly not. Okay.
I assume because it died out with the Vol bloodline.
Yes.
Still have one kicking around somewhere. Okay.
No member of House Vol survives who has not been either slain or turned into the undead.
Okay. So, I suppose let us get going and see what we can find. I don't think there's anything else that we can really gather from everything. Everything else, I think, is just going to come as we walk around more.
Yeah, we will go address the shit happening upstairs, figuratively.
Yeah,
Take
there's
some
a lot.
buns.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, of course. These
we
are
get,
really
like, a-
delicious, by the way.
Can we get like a thermos of this tea? How long does it last?
24 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Sick.
24 hours.
Can we get a thermos? I expect
Yeah,
That's
to-
yeah.
your go cup.
Thermos of some ancient gray. But the vitality I keep in the house.
All right, fair enough.
She just gives you some regular tea and
Yeah.
some buns to take with you.
All right, Shy will
yeah.
like the tea.
And then Shia will be pissed that like she didn't get tea that like literally like revitalizes you and like makes you not get exhaustion or like, you know, and like gives you max HP.
Yeah, we're just like, Shy, we got this amazing tea. It does all of these things. It's incredible. We got you some from the same vendor, but they wouldn't let the good stuff out of the house, so this is just regular tea.
Thank you for more pets, Crackety.
Again!
Again.
Thank you, Crack.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, so let's fucking go.
Yes, we might as well. So we can figure out what exactly we are about to do, and if there truly is someone that we need to remove from the equation, whether literally or
Yeah.
figuratively.
Yeah, I want to regroup on that. Outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to mind palace this because we got a lot of information and we've gotten a lot of information and I
Yeah.
feel like we really do need to piece out how the fuck this all fits in together.
Yeah. All right. So good talk, Baker lady, whose
Thank you.
name I don't know if we got.
We did, because she sent
Tana
for us.
Tulane.
Right. Thanks, Tana. We'll be in touch and walk outside. Find a nice
Good luck.
corner. We're gonna.
Storm in the spire.
Thanks. We're gonna team huddle in Abyssal.
Get on a corkboard.
Yeah. Just. All right, team. What the fuck?
You get whomped by overwhelming ennui. Everybody give me a charisma save.
This
DC
is
19.
some bullshit. Oh, but our
But now
previous
even the tea can't save us.
our
The tea
previous
can't
exhaustion.
save you.
It's got.
But
The
your
previous
previous
exhaustion's
exhaustion
on,
is
right?
gone.
Okay.
Okay, that is way better than last time. That would be 23.
Yeah, I was overdue for failing this. That's an 8.
Adara's not charismatic!
What?
And then Adara just
No.
runs back into the bakery and just like, can I have more, please?
Adara's like
Yeah,
taking
you-
shots of this tea like it's whiskey.
Refill, thanks.
Ophelia, how'd you do?
I got a 21.
Okay. So, Dara, you have one level of exhaustion again.
That's fine. I forgot to erase it from the first time, so we're good.
cool. Have your huddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So team,
So,
what the fuck?
So from what I've gathered is that this whole situation is happening because there are two inherently very oppositional groups, one of which who really believes in elongating life and necromancy, and one who believes that like death is a good thing.
My God,
Which is kind
Crackety,
of-
thank you for more bits.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Crackety. I'm glad I mentioned whiskey. Thanks. Um,
How about this? Whisk tea.
whiskey.
Ah!
I'm fairly certain that exists. I'm
I mean,
fairly
that's how
certain I
you
know a tea
make-
shop that does like whiskey tea.
Oh, I was just thinking like tea whisk, like how you make matcha.
Ah. No, so what I'm assuming is that because the main premise of the actual, like, the court is that they don't die and they continue to influence the past, I have a feeling that the Emerald Claw is very much not in favor of that because they believe in the, the death and the cycle of everything. So from what I have kind of put together is that there was an attempt at finding peace through having a child that would be a product of both ideologies. And that very clearly did not work out, as you can see, from our lovely tornado of terror and souls here. Which really just affirms my belief that children do not solve your problems for you. So we should stop asking them to.
Yeah. So we're asked we've been tasked by various people with killing Arandis Vol, and also telling Arandis Vol that that was some of the clarifying information that it would have been nice to get from the ghost, but I don't know if we got it.
I think
they were betrayed.
Is
just
the daughter?
she.
Yeah, Arandis, from what I remember, the Emerald Claw is kind of like a cult thing, and Arandis is the daughter of the founder of the cult.
Yeah, but the ghost told us we were betrayed by the Emerald Claw and didn't
Arandis was betrayed by the Emerald Claw.
Arandis.
Which
hey,
is
Arandis,
interesting,
you were betrayed.
actually. That means that she was betrayed by her own dad.
Yeah. All right. So, depending on how that goes, that might answer the question of whether we kill her or not. But,
right.
Yeah, so that's a separate, conflicting piece of direction that we've gotten.
Also, the ghost we just talked to said that, the whole bloodline was eradicated. I'm assuming that divination they didn't account for undeath? That's what I'm thinking.
I'm also wondering if Arandis is, the daughter of her father, but, not of the mother that they were expecting, which could also be a factor in it. But overall, I think what we need to do is just to find Arandis, basically figure out what has happened, that the Emerald Claw is pissy, the ghosts are pissy, and this whole thing is happening all at once. Because something tells me that the death and undeath coming into conflict has a very large amount to do with this whole cosmic incident.
And it sounds like Arandis Vol's at the center of whatever the fuck is going on with the planar conjunction, but we don't know how.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate. It sounds like you really got slotted with this lot in life and you really didn't want it. Just very unfortunate.
Well, we'll find out when we get there, probably. Time to climb a fucking mountain.
Yes, unless there's steps or an elevator.
Can I get a tea refill before we go?
No.
Dang it.
He's like, anyway, the shop is closed. Thanks for coming. Closes the door.
You cannot. You'll be okay. So as you walk closer to the spire, you hear the moaning and groaning of more sorrow-sworn, and the souls whip around more. And then, suddenly, everything shifts. You smell sulfur and ozone and hear crackling and the roaring of dragons and lightning and noxious gas. It's like
in a vision.
I'm about to say it's as if you have stepped into the past for a second.
Time travel.
In front of you, as these buildings collapse around you, there is an elven woman carrying the body of a teenage girl who has both elven and green dragon. She is running, carrying this body as buildings collapse before she casts a teleportation circle on the ground. Laying the body down, she starts doing near the teleportation circle. Or actually, I'll say in the center of the teleportation circle, which she hasn't activated, but they sit there, and she starts praying over the body. First, takes out black onyx and puts pieces of black onyx on her daughter's eyes. Will you do anything?
figure out, does this ceremony look like anything Ophelia has knowledge of when it comes to, like, services for the dead?
Give me an Arcana or Religion check, please.
Okay, they're both the same. That's a 20. Dirty 20.
Hey.
Perfect. Which one did you do?
They're the same, so I'll let you pick
Okay.
whatever one you think will work for us.
Whatever has better flavor texture.
Yeah, like whatever one you want. I don't care. They're the same.
So you notice as the woman starts inscribing necromantic symbols in grave dust and ash on herself and on her daughter, that this is very similar to how you make a lich.
Hoo-oh.
Similar in the way that this is exactly how you make a lich, or it's like mimicking it.
It's mimicking it.
Ooh, okay.
It's not quite right.
So, is it not quite right in the way that she's trying to make a lich, but it's a mistake, or it's a ceremony that purposefully is supposed to remind people of that?
Usually when you make yourself a lich, this looks like she is trying to make someone already dead into a lich.
Oh, yeah, because you can't usually do that, because you have to make a contract while you're still alive.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yep.
I'm assuming this is something that, like, usually you can't do, but because she has the dragon mark of death, that gives her the powers to.
Kind of watch and let this play out, because especially if this is in the past, I don't think it'd be smart for at least in Ophelia's mind to get involved.
And can you repeat that? Your microphone was not having it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay, I'm
for
sorry. I
5
said
seconds.
I kind of just want to let this play out, because I think if Ophelia recognizes that this is something that has happened in the past, she does not want to get involved in case that changes anything that is currently happening.
Okay.
So she's just
Victoria just standing
let
here
this
going,
go.
this is interesting. Let's go, let this happen and then go see other visions, so which I'm sure are coming, that will explain more of this story.
So as she is inscribing with grave dirt, she just goes, Aaron, I'm so sorry. We created you to create peace. But Father, in his stupid attempt to create a goddess after the Fury, created peace by bringing dragons and elves together to kill you. The peace was in your death, and I won't let that happen. I will give you a better life. My Kovadish, my sweet Kovadish, may you find happiness and safety far away from here, even if it's not with me. She takes out...
You said something about making her into a goddess after the Fury. What the fuck does that mean?
I want to look at this, because I want to know what happens here.
You give me a religion check. Well, you already know.
No,
You
what
did
the
that
fuck
religion
that
check.
means?
You know the Fury was created by
The
two
birth
deities.
the birth between, what is it?
The
god of
Devourer,
revenge and the god of, what is it, love or something?
destruction and creation.
Destruction and creation, yes.
Then Minara pulls out a vial of what you clearly recognize as poison. Drinks it.
I don't know where that content warning was gonna come in.
So I just dropped it in chat again.
Yeah.
And then says goodbye as she struggles against her own convulsions to kiss her daughter on her cheeks and her forehead before she goes limp. And you see a light coming out of her heart and going into her daughter's body.
So that's how that's possible.
The teleportation circle glows and whisks them away. And then you are back.
Whisk them away, as in, like, the corpse of the dying body was also being teleported? Okay, interesting.
And they both get illuminated by that teleportation circle, and then you are back into the present.
Huh.
I feel like I've learned so much, and yet I have so many more questions.
So the woman's name was Mina, you said?
Minara
Minara.
Vol.
Minara, and then her daughter was... What was her daughter's name?
Horrendous.
Horrendous.
Aranda's. Okay. My brain is not registering. Is that also the person we were looking for?
Yeah, you were looking
Yeah.
for
That's what I
Horrendous.
thought. Okay. So, what I... Okay, so what my assumption is that between, the two parents, was it Minar that had both Elvish and Dragon traits, or was it
Horrendous.
No, it's
Horrendous? Okay.
Horrendous.
So,
Her dad is the dragon.
yeah, okay, no, I got confused in the descriptions. My brain, there were so many she pronouns, I was like, I can't tell who is
It's
who
okay.
at this point. Okay, so my brain has picked up that essentially, Aranda's was supposed to be the one that was supposed to bridge the issue, but then he essentially was like, her dad was essentially like, anyway, this is the product of both of us, and now we're going to kill her to symbolize, like, the end of this whole big mess. Her mom was very unhappy about that, and was like, anyway, with my dying breath, I am going to allow you to either become a lich or become of a godly kind of situation. And, then you will try to figure things out while we go. And that is what I can gather is the situation that has happened here.
Well, that explains why they thought they got
I
all the
don't-
voles.
I don't think it was her death necessarily, because the whole thing with the Fury is that, she was born of, a destructive and creative god. Maybe it's more that, like, she was the product of those two beings,
thing, though, 'cause
and
we're
then... But then the revenge part...
Well, because she's supposed to be the middle ground between the two of them, but then Minara said that the peace only came in your death.
I think what I'm seeing is that, like, the Emerald Claw told Minara that, oh, I can help broker peace with you, don't worry, all we have to do is have a child together. And she was like, okay, and then he was like, hush, psych, people will only, the peace you seek will only, come from her death, and I know, I'm already a god by now, or something, I don't know. Like, I feel like I need to have a refresher on the whole Fury mythos.
Well, the
To
Fury,
know the details.
the Fury was born out of the gods of creation and destruction having a child, which was essentially what they were trying to replicate between the Emerald Claw and the Undying Council having a kid together. And then something tells me that the Emerald Claw was very unhappy with that, and that's why I think he either killed his daughter himself or ordered the death of his daughter, because, her mom was clearly very broken up about that and said that, like, the peace came in her death, and then did away with herself because she couldn't handle the fact that something had killed her daughter, and wanted her daughter to, like,
I think
go and
that,
enact
like, her
revenge for
dying-
herself.
I
They
think her
clearly
dying was
something like that.
part of the ritual to bring her daughter back as a lich. I think it was like an equivalent exchange thing.
It was a soul exchange, yes.
No, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, her mom was like, "Oh, they killed you, so now I'm gonna give you what I have, so that you can go and take revenge for yourself because they clearly did something to you."
I definitely feel like I need to know more about the Fury to understand what, like, emulating the Fury exactly entails, other than, like, you are the daughter of, like, two very opposing forces.
From what we gathered, that's kind of the main thing with the Fury.
Yeah. And
That's
then
like the
she,
Like, we're missing something.
she
Yeah.
killed her father and scattered his essence through the winds and waves, and his essence is now where natural disasters come from.
Did we learn that, or
You didn't learn
is that
that.
just some
I just told
information we
you.
have now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Well, but Molly, who's telling us this, Jess?
I'm
No,
telling you this.
yeah, it's very much like the gods cutting up like Kronos and stuff,
Okay.
and then, like, essentially
Okay, if that's the case,
like taking him to
does
pieces.
the Emerald Claw want her to kill him?
I'm gonna throw out there that I think we've hit the point where we just need to go meet her and see what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it sounds like she it got killed because of the Emerald Claw, which might be the we were betrayed thing that the ghost was talking about.
Yeah.
And got brought back as a lich, which her mom sacrificed her life to do. And I am gonna guess that Arandis Vol does not know the details of that.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't really learn from what's going on when you're, dead.
Your mic is cutting out really bad.
Yeah.
Saying,
we didn't get any of
that was kind of my assumption, because you can't really know a whole lot about what's going on when you're dead when it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's find her and see what happens. Just fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Give us one more charisma saving throw, DC 20.
Ew.
Natural 20!
Cocked. Alright. I'm gonna use Indomitable,
Okay.
just in case.
Hell yeah.
I forgot about it last time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't use that earlier.
Forgot about it. Well, that's still gonna be an 11, so
Oh no.
my speed is halved.
Your speed is halved.
Oh, bad. I got a 29. I'm fine.
Okay. So you get closer to the spire and you can feel this wind whipping at you. Almost as much as you feel Adara just giving up.
Oh,
And you see at the top an undead woman in robes, a long green dragon tail snaking around the spire.
I just realized she's Priscilla the Half-Breed from Dark Souls.
Stands at the tower next to a really big, goat-looking dude covered in smoke, who looks like that. Speed is halved, giving up to the tower, but you can do it.
Oh, he's tall.
He's very tall.
Insane. Do I recognize who this guy is?
He's not a person. He's like a type of creature. I mean,
Yeah,
he's you can give me an Arcana check.
Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, do I recognize what kind of thing this thing is? That is a 26.
This is a Nightwalker from the Plane of Death, the anathema to all living things.
Yay!
Yep, that's about what I figured. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because I was like, we're so close to the Plane of Death and I know that much about it. I'm like, I feel like I know what this is.
So, how you gonna get up there?
So what is this? Just like a mountain? Or what's the story
It's
here?
a spire.
So that means we can
You
just
have to
climb
slay
it,
the
correct?
spire.
We can just
It's like
climb it.
yeah, you can climb it, or you can try and fly up.
Well, you do have a magic flying carpet.
We have a carpet. We also have a Dara who has flying shoes.
Yeah, but
we
my
can-
fly speed is equal to my walk speed, so that's also halved right now.
Oh, that's tragic. Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay,
Anyway,
magic
time to
carpet.
bring out the giant flying flying sleeping bag. Let's go.
So it is difficult to fly within 20... it's difficult to fly higher than 20 feet.
How
'cause it's windy?
difficult, Jess?
Because it's windy. So it's just difficult terrain, I'll say.
Okay. I mean, we can
Unless
just get
you-
up there slower.
So you get up there slower.
Seems
And
fine.
It's tough. It's slow going. And you hear the screaming of souls, and it just gets heavier and heavier on you as this bleakness emanates. And I think we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Oh boy.
Damn.
We'll be right back.
See you in 5.
Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of Dancing with the Fury by Dylan Ramsey from UNCAGED Goddesses. We are the Threeflings, and are you ready for a boss fight?
Three.
Ew.
Yeah.
Just jumping right into it.
You arrive at the top. And everybody, as you emerge, everybody give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm a fighter.
Whoa,
I'm
a
great at these.
Constitution saving throw?
What is
Not
this
a
against?
charisma
Just
one?
so
What
I
the
can know if I
fuck?
use my advantage or not.
Against necrotic damage from the annihilating aura of the Nightwalker.
That
Is
sounds
it
like a magical
Lovely.
effect.
It's magic, yeah.
It is a magical effect.
Okay, so I've got
Oh my
+1
God,
from the
yes!
protection and +1 from the Luckstone, so that's
Sweet
just +7, so
Jesus.
that is a 19.
Okay.
25.
Sweet God, finally I roll well on this. I got a critical success, so it's a 24 or a 17.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take the 24.
Nice! 21 was the number.
No! I still failed!
Oh no.
So, that is 22 necrotic damage for Vittori.
Yay!
The toy withers like a raisin.
And, Erandis Vol looks at you and goes,
Stop.
So, Taina Talern found someone to destroy me. She can't destroy me. I'm Lady Ilmaro, Erandis Vol. I've brought Dolor here.
Thank you, Zan.
Your masters cannot stop my revenge. The Fury stands with me.
Vittori just standing here nodding along because, like, she's just allowing her to have this monologue while also, like, waiting for the moment to tell her that, like, well, we're not necessarily here to kill her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's not how this ends.
Yeah.
And you also just can't kill a lich unless you destroy their soul
That's
jar.
true. Yeah, we don't know where her phylactery is. Because, maybe, like, her mom, like, hid away the phylactery when she teleported, like, out.
So, she's kind of a weird lit.
Well, that's true. But regardless, she's like, so finally, you've come to kill me. And so Adara's just gonna be like, well, no.
Nah.
I mean, not necessarily. I guess it depends on what you're up to. But we have a message for you from a ghost friend of yours. They said the Emerald Claw has betrayed you. So
The Emerald Claw. What does my father have to do with this?
I don't know, but apparently, betrayal.
Yeah. And
So I'll let you ruminate on that.
Yeah. Erandis, what do you know if you're becoming a lich?
She stops for a second and just goes, they attacked our castle. And the servants took me away, and then I was somewhere else with my mother's corpse.
traumatizing.
Attack your
And I
castle.
was this.
Who is it that attacked your castle?
Elves and dragons. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen.
Do you
Yeah.
think who's in charge of the dragons here? Just like hypothetically, like thought experiment, real quick.
Yeah. Your dad was like the main reason I'm assuming that happened. Because your mom is the reason you're a lich currently, because she wanted you to have your own revenge.
And at that moment, a portal to Dolor crackles overhead. There are 3 dragon carvings looming around you that seem...
What do you mean? The dragon carvings, like the statues?
Statues of dragons. Yes.
Why were there statues in Delore?
They're at the top of the spire.
Okay.
And the energy seems to be empowered by runes. Runes on these ruins And they are looming over everyone except that Nightwalker, who is just way taller than literally anything.
Yeah.
Right, of course. They're not looming over the Nightwalker, because that would be very impossible.
Yeah, they're huge. They're like 20-something feet tall. Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Yes. And, they're all crackling with energy, and you get the sense that these are what is powering the conjunction. This is the reason that the conjunction is happening.
Mm.
Does that mean that she caused it? Or if, like, the Nightwalker caused it? But I assume, like, the Nightwalker looks like it's under her control, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay,
Nightwalker's her bud.
But something tells me she was manipulated into opening this because, like, there is no physical way in which anyone would do this purposefully.
Yeah.
Even if you're, like, no one with any kind of semblance of a neutral or good alignment would actively do this.
So, how's she
what is
reacting?
your goal?
When it
What
starts
is
crackling,
your goal?
Delor will come, and I'll take them all down with me.
Who are you exactly looking to take down?
They did this for my mother. For whatever my father did. For everything, all of the pain that I've lived through. I have harnessed the emotions of the Fury, and now everyone will feel that. Everyone!
By spreading boredom?
By spreading death. What they brought to me and my family so long ago.
If you don't mind me asking, how do you assume this is gonna give you closure if you're doing nothing but the same to other people?
How about we help you kill your dad, who's the source of this, and leave it at that?
Here's the thing about that thing. I feel like it would be better if we killed her dad and she had no part in it, because I feel like her killing her dad is what her dad wants.
Point being,
If
you
you-
might be making some rash decisions here.
Try and give me, Dar, are you trying to do an intimidation check?
Sure.
Do you want to do it with strength instead of charisma?
Sure.
Because you're exhausted.
Yeah. Are
Okay.
you sure it's me
If you
making the
need a
check?
nap-
We've all been talking.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
true.
make
Do you
me,
want-
persuasion or intimidation or deception check of your choice. Explain how you're going to talk her down. The DC is 20 for each of
Okay.
you.
I can do
Okay.
that.
So, my whole thing is that I'm going to start because I have a foundation for this. My whole idea is that I am going to tell her essentially, like, bringing death upon other people is essentially what I think would make your dad happiest, because you're then making more people miserable instead of making yourself more, I guess, you're not healing with what you're sitting with, you're just essentially continuing the cycle of sadness and death.
I rolled a 19, so I'm not sure.
And that's not gonna help you.
You do
I'm
have a
just
nat
gonna-
20.
Oh, that's true. I do have a nat 20 from Zan.
Use
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Use it.
Yeah, I will use my natural 20 to tell her that, like, she has been used and, like, manipulated, and, like, she is a puppet. And this has all happened, like, from before she was even born. Her existence, it was, like, part of a greater master plan by her dad. And I'm not completely sure on what the fuck he is doing, because there are some convoluted twists in this narrative. Why did, like, what is he doing that, like, required, like, to, like, father a child, to, like, have that child die, and then be revived again? To kill him? It's not completely, I'm not completely sure on the details, but what matters is that, like, everything that she is doing is, like, feeding into what her dad wants. Like, she is falling into this trap because she doesn't know that it's there to begin with, and that she needs to, like, like, figure out, like, how to really, like, come to terms with her passion, like her resemblance to in the Fury, in like a way that doesn't lead her to be like manipulated by someone that doesn't have her passions in mind.
And I haven't rolled yet, but I'm gonna try to take her anger and Jedi it back into fear, and say, and just cap it all off with like all right, and also if you don't listen to my friends and calm the fuck down, we're going to have to make you calm down, and you won't like that. But now I have to roll a
This is
disadvantage.
the same
so.
tactic she used with Shaw.
It's true. Oh, with disadvantage. That's and I'm not. Am I proficient in intimidation? Hell yeah, I am.
Thought you were.
Yeah. All right. With disadvantage, that's a 12. Plus proficiency is 6, that brings it up to an 18. And you let me use my strength, which is plus 8.
Hey!
Yeah, sit the fuck down, or we will make you.
Thing was basically just telling her that I still don't know if it's that her dad wants her to kill him. I just think this is one of the things where her dad was like, ah, yes, we'll broker peace, and then if the person who is the symbolic formation of this peace is then dead, oops, I guess I have no excuse but to continue the cycle of violence, because how unfortunate is that? And I am essentially going to, combined with what I said earlier, essentially do my best to persuade her away from continuing a cycle of death and violence that is going to do nothing but just continue to hurt people. And that was a 28.
Oh, dang!
Nice.
Love it.
I rolled a 17 and I have a plus 11. My persuasion's very good.
Alright.
Charisma-based spellcaster.
Yay.
I shouldn't be taking it out on them. We should stop this whole conjunction thing. My father. That's whose fault all of this is.
Yeah, fuck him up.
But also, she might want you to kill him, so, like, that might also be, like, maybe he, like, constructed this in a way where, like he's, happy with, like most circumstances, so this is interesting.
You
say the
can
least.
disrupt the runes by, anybody can give me a sleight of hand check or an arcana religion check to disrupt.
No, I think I'll just piss her off, and I don't
So-
think that's good.
She said that she was gonna stop the conjunction, right? Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
she can just
so
do
that's
it.
gonna resolve itself, right? Should
If
I
you
do I need
it,
to insight?
maybe you'll get a present.
Can I
I was
insight
gonna-
check you?
Yeah!
I'd like to insight check the DM. What does that mean?
It means she can do it, but maybe something neat will happen if you do it.
I'll
Will she be angry if we do it, though?
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay, let's do it.
You said it
What's
was
the check
Arcana,
again?
Arcana religion or sleight of
Or
hand?
sleight of hand, yes.
Weirdly, I'm gonna try religion.
Yeah, like, I'm just looking at, like, oh, wow, Victoria only has a +4 in sleight of hand. What the fuck?
We can do
Same.
Arcana, whatever you want, Jess. It's the same for Arcana and Religion. I got a 23.
Okay.
Damn.
I got a 21.
Yeah, Victoria has no
Wait,
way
I-
of beating that. She rolled a 17.
I have disadvantage. Hang on. I got a 21.
Damn.
Or if you're gonna do it as Religion, I'll do it as Arcana then.
Yeah, I'm doing it as religion.
See.
Because I have +4 to sleight of hand and +0 to Arcana.
So, the conjunction is disrupted. You all immediately lose your exhaustion, and you each can choose one blessing from the Fury of your choice as you
It's like,
feel
what exhaustion?
the
Excuse me?
goddess's power surging through you.
Well.
Damn.
If
Ah,
I
that's-
Is it, like,
take,
on top of the one that we
Yes.
already have, or...
hear me out.
Yes.
If
Okay.
I take the same blessing again, can I have the cost of an action surge?
2.5 D.
Yeah. Instead of 5 hit dice, it's 2.5 for an extra action. I'll be generous. I'll round it up to 3.
Sure, do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Do it for 3.
Although, in fairness, in D&D, you always round down, so...
You round down if it's a good thing,
No,
you round up if it's a bad
these
thing.
situations.
That's what it is. If it's for a
And
player,
you
you
know it.
round up if it's a bad thing, round down if it's a good thing.
Why don't just always round down? That seems needlessly complicated, and 5e is pretty good about not
Well, because
doing
that's the thing. It's supposed to be like the house rules then. So the player doesn't have the advantage of the situation. So you round down if it's like something where you're getting like healing. Like if you have 5.5 healing, you only get 5. But if you're like spending stuff, then it's 5.5 rolls up to 6. So it always costs the player more.
The
The house
conjunction
less.
ends with a howl as these spirits are sucked up into Delore, along with the Nightwalker, who kind of just like waves goodbye to his friends.
Hey, we didn't have to fight you.
Around
Give
his
him a wave.
ball.
Bye bye. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk more.
But then you hear massive beating wings
Da-da-da-da.
as the Emerald Claw arrives.
Come out of claw. Where's my fucking money?
Ancient green dragon storms swirling around him.
Vittori looks at Adara as she, like, remembers how, like, we basically nearly killed another one of these dragons in a spa, like, the other week. You know, that's just no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is this even his lair?
I can imagine,
Yeah.
yes.
I would believe he was beefed up also.
Yeah, true.
Because, daughter, what are you doing? Look at all that I've done for you. Killing everyone, bleeding to your birth, and then killing your mother. So that you could be this. So you and I can be gods together.
Ah, yes, because killing family members makes you look like the good person. Anyway, square
Okay,
up.
so
I don't
that
care.
makes sense now. He wanted her to die because he was like, okay, you'll be stronger as a lich. Alright, okay,
And
that...
also then
okay, that
I
puts
look
you in
like the
place.
good guy from saving you from everyone who wanted to hurt you, making you more powerful. Yup.
Orandus looks at him and is like, no, I'm done being led around by your games. Are you in this? Looking at you.
Hell
As
yeah.
she's- Let's
We're all
roll
in this
initiative.
together.
Oh no,
Initiative.
initiative is an ability check.
Like I said,
You're not
square
exhausted
up.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
Thank
the
God.
close conjunction.
That was a 3.
Like I said, square up, daddy-o. Anyway, there's a fan fiction I'm thinking of that I constantly come across where it's like the romantic comedy where you kill your father, and this is exactly what I'm imagining.
Guess what? I'm not
What?
exhausted anymore. Natural 20 for initiative.
Hey.
So what is that with your bonus now?
24.
I got a 12.
Hey, good news. I didn't have exhaustion at any point today. But anyway, with my bonus I got a 22.
I got a 12 because my dice hate me today. I've I've rolled like high. I rolled 2 natural 20s to be fair, but like a lot of the times my rolls have been below 10. I'm like, why this?
Like, the Nightwalker is so cool looking. They're always so cool looking. They're just creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Adara, you are up first.
All right. I want to fucking fight a dragon.
Please
is what's
do.
happening. So yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
And now's where I get to run 2 bad guys with a legendary action.
Who's the other one?
The same
Oh,
chat.
right, our ally.
Your ally.
I was like, hey. All right. Do I be obnoxious again? I'm gonna wait around before I'm obnoxious. I'm just gonna run up to the dragon and start swinging.
All right, do it.
Anyway,
And
I
then next
started
round,
swinging.
I'm gonna be insufferable.
Am I gonna be insufferable this round, or am I gonna delay my insufferability?
I'm gonna let
Because
everyone
you're
have a little
fine.
bit of fun.
I have to be insufferable this round because if I do it any other round, I lose 2 attacks.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I'm
have
gonna
that
be
problem.
insufferable this round, just as a heads up.
Does a 23 hit?
Yes, it does.
I'm more concerned if it didn't.
That is gonna be 18 points of damage. Next attack also hits, so that's gonna be 18 points of damage. Next attack. Does a 19 hit?
It does not.
Fair enough. Last attack, as a bonus action, I'm gonna bite the dragon.
Please do.
We'll see. Does a 22 hit?
Sure does.
All right, we're figuring out his AC. That's gonna
Slowly
be
but surely.
12 points of piercing damage.
Cool. All right. Anything else, Dara?
No, like I said, I'm gonna wait around before I'm obnoxious.
Oh,
You're gonna fuck around and then people can find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck around, and then after that, he'll find out.
Cool. Let's see. He's gonna use his legendary action right now. Sure, why not? Screaming Gale. Blast of thunder and wind, 300 feet long, 20 feet wide. So, everybody, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Is this a magic effect?
Yes.
That's where your first mistake was, bucko.
So dexterity?
Yeah.
Yep.
20?
Okay, that is a 23.
Cool.
Thanks to my advantage, who saved me from a critical failure by giving me a 2.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's
7. I'm fine with that though.
Okay.
Destiny.
And Adara, what'd you get?
Oh, I got a 20 total.
Okay, so only Vittori succeeded.
Oh my god!
The number was 21.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Even Lady Ilmaro failed.
Oh my god.
So, everyone who failed takes 29 thunder damage and
Yes.
is thrown 60
Off the
feet.
cliff. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
I
guess
was-
what, bucko? Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Wait a
Rusty.
minute. Was that a spell?
It was a magical effect.
Can I Google real quick?
Isn't that your shield? That,
I was gonna say magical
gives
effects
you-
are not necessarily spells.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm Googling.
No, but I feel like Adara's shield gives her spells and magical effects,
Yeah.
if I recall.
Dexterity saving throw from him is
Yeah, there you
26.
Okay. I'm fairly certain that saves, but you still take half, if I'm not mistaken. Hang on a second. I have to check. Where the fuck is it down here? There it is. Okay, so yeah, it's still take half. So let me do this for you.
Oh wait,
Alright.
he's gonna use. Oh wait, he didn't need to. I was about to
Alright.
he's gonna use legendary resistance.
Sir? Okay. Taking, what is that? You're taking, 4 fire damage.
Okay.
Off to a great start, everybody.
Yeah, I looked up the thing. I was
A little orb pops up over him.
I was looking up my Mage Slayer feat, and it says when a character casts
Oh,
a spell
right.
within 5 feet of you,
Got it.
so I could not punch him.
That's what you were looking up.
Ophelia, you're up.
It's a Dragon Slayer.
Forgot I rolled
know.
pretty well this round. Okay. You good?
Yeah, sorry, I
Yeah.
hiccuped into the microphone.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that, like, you were good, because it sounded like something was happening there. I wasn't fully
Nope,
sure.
that's just what my hiccups sound like.
Oh. Okay, how long is this? Is there a range? There's no range to this. Okay, cool. How close is he to us?
He threw everybody who failed on that 60 feet away from him.
Okay.
So at least 60 feet.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna do quick casting, and I'm going to cast Crown of Stars upon myself. So that's
Okay.
a bonus action. And then because I can do this, this would also normally be a bonus action. I'm gonna do this. So I'm going to try to hit him with one of the motes of stars. So what is that to hit? That is that's plus 14 to hit. Okay. That's a 30 to hit him.
That'll hit.
Okay, cool. Let's see, that's 12. Every time I cast something with a 12, I always forget that there's a 12. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, what are you, D12? Aren't you just like a D20 with less sides?
With less sides, I will. Okay, great. That's actually kind of great. You're taking 29 radiant damage right off the bat.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, I rolled an 11, an 8,
Yeah.
a 7, and then a 3.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right.
And I believe that's my whole turn, because even though the spell is a bonus action, when you cast a spell's bonus action, you can only ever cast a cantrip or another bonus action thing. So you're
Got
good.
it. All right, so nothing else?
I'm gonna move a little bit closer, but that's about it.
Cool. Vittori, you're up.
Alright, it's time. Okay, I cast Guardian of Nature, so I get advantage on all 6 of my attacks, because I'm also going to action search.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay, that would be 21.
That
Does
hit.
that hit? Hey! Nice. Nice. So, no Hunter's Mark because I used Guardian of Nature, so I'm just rolling a d10. Okay, 3 plus 18 is 21 points of magical piercing. Second attack. That roll's really bad. That's a 14. I'm gonna re-roll that. Because the other roll was a natural 1.
Oh no.
Yeah, stand in chat.
that is-
Quote all 6 of my attacks.
That is 22.
That'll hit.
Yay. 24 points of magical piercing.
24 points.
Yeah.
Go on, I noticed you just saw my
Okay,
comment.
third attack. That is a 29.
That hits.
And then that has the the ambusher. 11 plus 18 is 29. Okay, then I use 5 of my hit dice to do another attack.
I love these fury blessings.
Yeah.
They're so good.
That is another 22.
Okay.
And that one's back to just a d10. 9, so 18 plus 9 is 27. Fifth attack. It's a natural 20! My crit fishing paid off!
Yes!
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay, so welcome back to I need to look at my maths, because that's faster. That's actually faster now. So max damage with heavy crossbow with sharpshooter, but not Hunter's Mark, is a 28. So 28 because it's 28, and then plus another d10. That's another 4, so that is 32 points of... Then I add sharpshooter on again, I need to remember that. So 4 plus 18 is 22, so that is 28 plus 22, which is 50. So that crit did 50 damage.
Nice.
Okay, and then my 6th attack... that is a 21.
Okay.
Both of my
That hits.
dice roll the same, which is very funny to me. And that one has the dread ambush again. So
Okay.
another d8. Together that's 7 damage. So that's 25 points of magical piercing. And that is my turn.
God. Yay!
Yay! How much damage did I do, Jess?
Oh my god, so much.
Hell yeah.
I can't even tell. A lot. A lot.
Give me the numbers, and
Beautiful.
we'll add them together for you.
No, I mean, like, I have the total on here, like, how much total damage he's taken.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I added, because I was going to have his daughter do one of her legendaries on him just as a cantrip, and she put a tiny, tiny bit of necrotic damage on him, so he has 297 damage on him total.
Nice.
Nice.
I did 29 of that. I did 31 of that. Yeah.
Hey.
And then she is gonna fly over, and do that exact same thing. Ooh, no,
Hit
you
him
know what?
again!
She's gonna do time stop on herself, and then cast
Ooh.
blur and mirror image.
Oh, that's handy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good use of time stop.
Idara just smacks her.
So that she
If
can't
someone
really.
casts time stop at ours. Like, anyway, I'm gonna position this bucket of water over someone's head so when we increase their time again, this is what's gonna happen.
And then he gets to go. And let's see.
Dragon
How-
dickhead, why do you get more than one turn?
Oh, before it was his legendary action. This is his turn.
Yeah.
So, those of you who were blown away 120 feet, do not.
120. You said
Was it
60.
60.
60.
60. Oh, 60.
Okay.
Okay, then everybody do this. Hey, everybody make me a Constitution saving throw, DC 22.
Is this
I
against
get
magic?
advantage on these because
It's
I have
against
Guardian
poison.
of Nature.
That's also relevant to my interests.
Hey, guess what? I don't have to do this because I'm immune to poison.
Hey.
I'm also immune to poison because I rolled a natural 20, so 31.
I rolled a 24.
Me, I'm immune to poison because of my epic boon. Adara, I'm immune to poison because I got a 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a fighter.
You're great at this.
So, you all succeed. Ophelia, are you just straight up immune to poison?
Yes,
Or
I have the
resistant.
Yeah,
boon of
the
perfect
boon
health.
of
I have
health.
the boon of
or
perfect
whatever.
health, which means I have advantage on Constitution saves, and I'm immune to disease and poison.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
So,
Take a sip of some hemlock.
Vittori, you succeeded, so you take half damage,
Yeah.
so you're only going to take 32 poison damage. And Adara, you're going to take 16.
Nice.
I thought you said 60, and I'm like, how is that better?
Is this before? So did you do that because I got a nat 20, or
Yes.
because? Okay, I also resist poison damage, so I'm gonna take 8.
Okay.
Nice.
You really said anyway, fuck you.
And then he's going to do a flap and try and fly up in the air.
How far?
Not all the way. He's going to fly up to his daughter, who flew he's going to fly over to her, actually, we'll say that. So, she flew
Oh, good luck
40 feet
fighting
up.
her. She's got blur and mirror.
She also went 60 feet back with us, right?
Yeah, and then she flew 40 feet forward. So, he's going to fly 40 feet over there.
Okay.
Queen,
so,
we love to see it.
So they level but off the ground, or they up?
They can both fly. I'll say they're a little bit up.
Okay.
Not that much up.
Yeah.
And then it's your turn, Adara.
Okay, so I'm asking clarifying questions because I need to know how many move actions it's going to take me to get to the dragon. I can fly 30 feet.
Yes, you can.
You
You can get there.
Okay, in one move action?
Yes.
Hell yeah. All right,
Oh yeah.
now it's my
He's
turn to be
very,
obnoxious.
very big. He's very, very
Excellent.
Say, yeah, he
Uh,
seems like he'd be large.
All right, so I
He
know dragons
is,
have great.
gargantuan.
Cool. I know dragons have great
Jesus.
saves, but we're gonna see what
He
happens.
is ancient.
So, first attack is going to be a 24 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Hits.
Please make me a wisdom save.
He's a dragon. He's great at those.
I believe it.
That is a 28.
All right, you are not frightened of me yet. You will take 22 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack is going to be 18 on the die to hit, so that definitely hits. Please make me a wisdom save.
Okay.
I rolled a d20 for my
Ooh.
damage. That's not correct.
That is
If only.
a 17, so he's going to use a legendary resistance. Just
Works for me. You're not frightened of me yet, but you will take
Yes.
27 points of damage.
love it.
Third attack hits. So please make me a wisdom save.
Okay. Nat 20
You're not frightened of me
for
yet.
30.
Jesus Christ.
Statistically speaking, he's more likely to fail than succeed if he has a plus 10. Anyway, that's going to be 29 points damage. I'm going to action surge. Fourth
Okay.
attack is going to... I don't know if this hits. Does a 21 hit.
It just
Oh. Good news. I'm gonna ask for a wisdom save now.
Okay.
Uh,
Dirty 20.
all right. You are frightened of me.
I'm gonna
Nice.
legendarily resist that.
All right. You will take 26 points of damage.
Keep eating through his resistances, Adara.
Yeah, I love it. Like when bosses and I just like, yeah, I'm gonna legendary resist everything that comes up, and it's like you're just leaving room for Ophelia to like do some real shit after all these are gone.
Oh, yeah.
How do you destroy the Emerald Claw?
Oh my god,
Oh, I didn't even have to use my 5th through 10th attacks.
Vittori really messed him up.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna try and contribute equally, but anyway, yeah, I just fly straight up there, and I'm just like, oh, you will fear me, and I just like with the Vorpal sword just start hacking like kind of through various limbs and stuff, and like get his wings, so he's all messed up, and then like the last one goes like straight through the mouth and out the back of the head. I like to think there's a moment of panic.
Through hell.
There's a moment of panic in his eyes right as he dies. She's just like, yes, finally. Got him.
Fear me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah.
And for just a brief moment, you see Arandis look with pity at her father, and then as his body falls from the spire. And then her eyes blaze red with light, and you see this glow emanate from her eyes and fill her entire body. And she gets larger, and her skin looks vibrant. Skin moves over top of those lichy bones. And she looks more like the Fury than like herself. And then she ascends.
Oh.
Hitting really
Another
does do that
plane.
for you, huh?
As if she's always been the...
Oh.
It's that astronaut meme, always has been.
Yeah, literally. But it's like her pointing at herself.
Interesting.
You've stopped the conjunction. And
And we
And
killed
the
the
Emerald
last
Claw.
vole. Yeah, we killed the last vole, like we definitely said for sure we were gonna do.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
she's
yeah,
totally.
she's technically not a vole anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the Fury.
Yeah, we did remove her.
Yeah, she's no longer on this plane of existence.
for delving into your passion, you each receive an epic boon of your choice from the
Wait,
Fury.
any? Oh, yeah. Can we just keep the ones that we got?
I think boon as in
the epic
like
boons.
I
You
know.
don't have the
the
blessings
list.
of the Fury anymore.
I know. Oh, man, but fine.
You would rather have
Listen
one
to
of
that.
those than an epic boon. I
need
can
to
say
check-
you can have one of those.
I need to check the list, but maybe.
Is there anything else you want to do in
Here's the thing,
Eberron?
Jess. I sure want an epic boon because I was literally just saying how there was one that I really want in this one. But damn, action though, action surge is very good.
Right? Anyway, we'll worry about that in the Patreon behind the scenes video.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied. I'd be happy to go back to, what is it? Funs and Puns and go get some more sweet tea to talk about what we did and how we definitely removed the bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
like,
know.
There's no problems ever again.
I want to know what reward we get paid because we were hired to do this.
Yeah, that's
I
very
want to know
true.
what the fuck she puts in that tea, because that tea's really good.
That's
Yeah.
And as you leave Eberron, you start noticing mist manifesting around your feet.
Oh no, are we going back to Barovia?
it's the Curse of Strahd segue.
No fear, going to Barovia. One fear.
Oh, time to kill Strahd in one turn.
It doesn't hide you or draw you in the way Barovian mist does, but just you're always kind of walking in mist.
Yummy.
All right.
Walking on
Write that down
mist.
somewhere.
Oh.
And that was Dancing with the Fury.
Now we
Bye.
did actually dance with her.
You didn't dance.
We danced with her in
That's a
battle.
shame.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah.
By Dylan Ramsey from UNCAGED Goddesses. Stick around because we're going to do a raid, but first let's find out where you can meet these wonderful people, starting with not quite a god killer, but definitely a guy who wanted to be a god killer. Adara, who are you? Where can we find you?
Look, we'll get there. We're only halfway through the Goddesses' adventures. God
Yeah,
Dueler.
already has
let's
the
say.
title.
One of us soloed a god. Just because she didn't kill doesn't mean she didn't do a good job. Anyway, I'm Adara. No, I'm not. I'm going to be all over the internet.
Oh no, she's taking over.
Join our Patreon to talk to Adara, the real life human, as
the real
Gwen said
human person.
earlier.
Yeah. So I'm going to be all over the internet, and you can find me mostly on Twitter, where I post art sometimes because I'm an illustrator. Also, check out Uncaged Goddesses. I was one of the co-project leads for that, and I've got art all over the book, in addition to all of the other Uncaged volumes, which are also great, and also have my art in them. So that's the only reason you should buy all 5 volumes. No other...
only reason.
Nothing else.
Vittori, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I am Draz. You can find me on Twitter at Drazillion, where I post sometimes. Speaking of posts on my Twitter, I'm currently doing Pride icons, so if you want a Pride icon, you can head over to my Twitter. Jess has one, you know. And of course, like, you know, if Jess has one, then everyone wants one, right?
Only the
I
best.
think, yeah, the bundle for Buffalo is nearly ending, so, like, in a few days, so, like, you know, if you want to support that bundle, I have posted that link, and the Queer Games bundle is still going for a while, but yeah, I have stuff in both of those bundles. And that's all from me.
Ophelia, who are you? Where can we find you?
My name is Ink. You can find me on Twitter at TheseDeadPens, and my side art account where I also have things open. I have commissions open because I just replaced my air conditioning in my car, and that was very expensive. And I'm living on my own, so everything is expensive. You can also find me on Twitter where I like to meme and scream about things. I am only in the 5th Uncaged volume, but I am very thankful that I got to work on it, and I am very happy I got to be a part of this wonderful time in this wonderful anthology after being friends with everyone who worked on every other book.
Your face is in volume 4.
My face is in volume 4. Everything else
That's all
about
that matters.
anything else that I've done, though, is not in any of the other 4 volumes. Except for this, because I grew this myself.
And I'm Jess. We're about to go shoot our behind the scenes Patreon episode. You can support us on Patreon to get access to super cool videos and hang out with our Discord.
Meme, us.
Thank you for joining us tonight and every Friday that you're here. Next week, we are playing No Sanctuary Except Ourselves by Grady Wang from The Gallant Goblin, who you probably recognize as doing the absolutely wonderful kobold. Yes, our cuddly kobold that we got. It's over.
We're not sponsored anymore.
We're not sponsored anymore, but they're really cute. So we're doing that next week. Couple things. Sunday is the finale of my Amidst Light and Shadow campaign over in Kira 858's channel, so join that if you want. And on Tuesday, I get to actually be a player on TTRPG.
That doesn't sound right.
For GM playing, not clickbait.
It's a Starship Troopers campaign called Guns, Bugs, and Steel, and I'm playing a character named A Guy. So please join us for that. It's gonna be great. Also, if you had seen the news about my nephew, he is found. We are stoked. Thank you so much for your support. It has been wonderful. And we're gonna go raid Blackwater D&D. They're also running an Uncaged Goddesses campaign. I think they're not doing that tonight. They play on Wednesdays, but go give them some Threefy love. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, okay? Bye.
Bye.